And welcome to the We Are Sacramento podcast. This is episode 142, and I'm here with
Boss ass Marty.
Mr. Miles Jolly.
And I am definitely your favorite immigrant, Mr. Mario Lopez. What's up? What's up?
What it do?
Like, look, man, now we have a guest today. So I would say we would have to comport ourselves, but he's probably worse than we are. So without we'll find out why in a little bit. Today we have
Who do we have?
Rob. Salutations, my friend.
What's cracking? What's cracking? What's
You
cracking?
gotta get closer. There you go.
Hey,
There
what's
he
cracking?
is.
What's cracking? What's cracking?
There he is. Now, thank you for being here.
Appreciate y'all for having me.
Oh yeah, man, it's long overdue. You had interviewed sis over here, Marty, boss ass Marty.
Yes, we did.
Miles, do you want to say that for?
I'm not gonna say shit.
You want to
man.
step
I'm
in
not
and
gonna
say that for boss
shit.
ass? And then you interviewed me. Though I don't do any music or didn't drop a mixtape, but we did say I did say Sunday that I am gonna put out a cumbia album.
Okay.
It's gonna happen. Now we already told you kind of like what we do. We'll go through our segments and then we'll interview you about what you do and everything that you got going on with your channel.
Fire.
And so keep posted. Now, so that Miles doesn't give me the look that he just gave me.
Man, you already know I'm all
We
confused on
are
this
brought
order
to
of
you
shit.
part by Part Brewing Company. If you're down with OPB,
Yeah, you know me.
Look, man, they are open Monday through Sunday. They're open right now doing the Monday vibes. You know they got a DJ. Is Santana over there today?
No,
No, he's next week. He's supposed to be back at some point. He told me that's what he said. Unless he lying to all of us.
I don't know.
Sorry, brother, man.
Yes.
If I just
Yes.
lied for you.
But when he does go, you guys better be there
Better be
because
there.
it's lit.
So yeah, so he'll be there soon. That's what he
Yeah.
said. He'll be back soon. And go support him. Our beer's coming out again May 6th. It's gonna be a whole ass party.
Whole ass party.
So go check it out.
I've been waiting for that moment.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm just kidding.
So if you're down with OPB,
Yeah, you know me.
Now we're also brought to you in part by MXL Mics, and according to Marty,
We sound so beautiful.
sound never looks so good. With the best out in the industry. Look, listen, man, if you got a podcast, want to start a podcast, MXL Mics, and according to Marty,
We sound so beautiful.
sound never looks so good. Yeah.
I'm still down to just do it one time.
Fine. But
I
we're gonna
am too, actually.
fine. I'm trying to out to the damn thing. Look,
I don't know,
man.
maybe in the future, next
Maybe,
episode.
maybe like in
We'll
10
see.
years.
We're gonna have to practice though. You don't want to
When I
fuck that
die.
all up.
Hey, because if we take that one thing off,
Yeah,
it's
it's
going to
gonna-
throw everything off.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I know.
I
We've been
know.
doing it long enough. If
Yeah.
we
You
change
saw
one
what
thing,
happened last
Sorry,
week.
y'all.
You
Yeah.
saw what happened last week.
boss ass Miles.
It's
I
all
don't
right.
even know
It's
how
all
that, I don't even
right.
know how it was gonna end. I'm like,
I don't know.
damn.
Well,
At least
look,
we got
man, we
that
also
out of the
want to
way.
give a shout out to Decada Records, short for Jessica.
Jessica.
She's out there on tour doing her damn thing, but her record
Decada.
label, man, they're doing a thing. It's an indie record label. Just want to shout her out. You know what I mean? If you're sitting with a platinum hit in your hands right now, you should hit her up. So,
Hit her up.
You never know. You might be doing tour with Eric Benet or some shit like
Jessica.
that.
Yeah, or,
You know?
or what was the last one? Jonas Brothers.
Jonas Brothers or some shit like
Swinging
that.
your braids back.
You know what I mean?
Like Willow Smith, girl, we see you, Jessica.
Right?
She in it.
Yeah, yes, she was. I saw that shit with the black,
I was like,
with the black
damn,
leather
for
pants.
hella long.
For
Like,
hella long.
my neck.
I know she
This
did.
is I broke my neck. I broke my neck watching you do that.
I know she dizzy as hell.
shit.
Now, we do have some podcasts that we not only support, but we also produce here at our studios. And one of them is Have a Dope Day with Gabe Lopez.
Gabe.
And that one is a great one. It's just having a conversation with all these dope-ass artists that are from everywhere. I mean, everywhere in the country. He's been able to reach out to a few people. So some of them have come from out of town, so that's pretty dope. So go check that one out. Another podcast that we produce here is Somebody Needs to Hear This with Bella Chan. Bella. That one's a great one too, man. The premise is dealing with your trauma and the music that you listen to while dealing with that trauma. Another podcast that we produce here is Art Everywhere with Phil Nandez, and that one's a good one too.
Art everywhere.
Phil. That one, man, is a good one too, man. He's just having a dope ass conversation with all his friends about art and all the politics around art in Sacramento and all that other good stuff. And then another one that we produce here is to see that. Remind me again what it is. The Craft Equity Collective. Yeah. I remember last episode I fucked it up.
Yeah.
You know what
That's
it
what men
is?
do. No, just
Wow.
kidding.
Wow. Wow. That's
Wait, is it an
Jesus.
all women based? Yeah. Okay. See,
And
there
so,
we go. Pun intended.
But you know what messes me up? I think I gotta move that after industry thing because I look at it
Yeah.
and then I go, wait a minute,
Yeah.
which one is it?
Yeah.
And that's I think I need to move
You
that.
should
Yeah.
move that other Coachella one there so it's kind of
Yeah.
matchy.
Yes, sir.
They don't know what there
They don't
is,
know what
and they
it
don't
is.
know what we're talking about.
Yeah, but you know, pretty
Well,
soon
no,
they
yeah.
do because
Yeah, but
now
still.
we're on video, so
Oh,
they
now
know,
we're
they
on
know,
video, yeah.
so they know what we're talking
So
about.
we're pointing at
So
the.
they know the general direction I'm
Yeah.
pointing at,
Yeah.
here to
Yeah.
there, you know.
We're talking about artwork, though.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. All
the
local
artwork.
artwork. Support them.
Yeah.
Gabe,
Gabe's one of them. Phil Nandez,
Mario Lopez,
Mario Lopez. Yeah, photography. We have Pastel Ray,
Miles Jolly.
Miles Jolly
Those
over
are
there.
just things I've been to.
But
Yeah,
you
you know
still
what I mean?
created some of them, right?
Didn't
No,
Rochelle
hell
make
no.
some?
Or Rochelle?
Oh, well,
Okay, Rochelle.
Yeah, that's on the bootleg though for
Yeah, man.
Hey,
$25
creative.
8x13 poster.
Now-
Fuck that shit.
Now,
Okay.
now, and that one is already out. Like the trailer's already out. So go check that one out. The Craft Equity Collective, and that one is a bunch of women that are literally trying to fight the status quo in one way or another, and just finding good breweries that are abiding by equality and ethics and all that other good stuff. And so now, am I missing any other podcasts? Oh no,
Have Some Shame?
Have Some Shame
My
podcast.
girls,
yeah,
what?
with Vicky and Jasenia. You know what I mean? And
Ayy.
that one's a good one too. I mean, it's about getting uncomfortable. You're
Vixenia.
toxic. Jasenia.
No, I gotta put them together or
Oh,
something. Vicenia.
Vicenia. Vicenia is a
But
good
that's
one.
okay. We're gonna think of one, girl.
Vicenia. We're gonna think.
I gotta say their name too, but like,
It is what it is.
yeah. Okay, sorry.
That was a good one,
You're
man.
good.
It's just toxic traits and pointing them out and just dealing with them. So and not being ashamed of it. So congrats to them too, man. Another good podcast.
Yeah, I think we need a list. I'm losing track.
Shout out to Mario.
a
Shout
lot
out to
of them,
Weird
man.
Sacramento.
There's a lineup. There's a lineup of heavy hitters, and then you see it in
Real
the street.
podcast with it.
And if you see us in the street, I'm sorry. Look, man. Listen, we're signing autographs. What do we do? No flash photography, please. The Flying V. It's got to be the Flying V. Now,
Yes.
right? Now, look, man. Here is my rant of the day, and so I will forego my rant in a way that I don't have anything done like that because of all the stuff that has happened. Last weekend? So. Even my sister hit me up because it's made national news. Sacramento doesn't really make it out of, we don't make it out there like that. And unfortunately, this is why we made it. But one thing I do want to point out is that, they have arrested a suspect. He is suspected, so don't vilify him yet. He might not be the person that did it. But they got someone right now, 26-year-old guy, young man. So sucks that had to happen that way. But also, the thing that I did notice was, and maybe we can we already know what happened. We don't need to sit here and kind of opinionate too much on what happened. But here's what I have noticed on Twitter, on any kind of social media platform where the topic has came up, everyone started to point out their political views on things. So there's people that started put things such as, oh, well, defunding the police now, how's that working for you? Almost like forgetting the fact that 6 people died. Your political view can take a back seat to someone being in pain.
Absolutely.
Someone's family is going to read that.
Absolutely.
And if you do check your opinion, obviously opinion is a matter of feeling and it's a personal opinion, so it may not be fact. But if you do notice the statistics since the movement of defund the police, only a few police departments have been defunded, but not defunded in the way that you think. Some of them were treated like New York. They were no longer allowed to buy more militarized equipment from the military, because that's what ends up happening. A lot of the old vehicles that they don't use in the military, then they get passed down to the police departments. They buy them at a cheaper rate. So, our tax dollars at work. They even got a wholesale system. So, and then the other thing too is that both sides need to look at is that defunding the police is not a way of taking money away from police departments. It's a matter of allocating money in different resources where if you don't have to police the community, then what is your job? You ask
Right.
yourself, but your job as a police officer is to serve and protect, not to police the communities that you're rolling around in or treat them as the criminals. You know what I mean? That's what ends up happening a lot of the times. So defunding the police is just allocating monies to community services, after school programs, resource police officers, like the ones that are out there, just smiling at everybody, giving you a sticker. A lot of the times when they think of community outreach, they just think of stickers and shirts, and then they pass them out at events or markets, and they post up, and they have the kids come on and turn on the lights and the sirens and all that everything. So when they think of community outreach, that's the main source. That's what it goes into in that department, and that's more of like, to me, I don't look at it as community outreach. I look at it as recruiting. They're just recruiting the next cop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Or the next generation of cops,
Yeah.
because they
Right.
it's for the
yeah,
kids.
like any
So
it's an industry in all in itself, and I think that when this thing happened, a lot of people decided something that was kind of dormant again. They started kind of on both ends, kind of going in on it, about defunding the police and what not defunding the police means. But I think on both ends, I think a lot of people don't really know. No matter on what end you end at, you don't, like, the people that want to defund the police think that it's just taking money away from the police
Yeah.
departments, and then the people that don't want it to happen just think it's dumb and there's no reason, and they don't understand that it's actually in the middle somewhere, whereas it's training for the police officers in a different way. Like, if you even look at the police department itself, right, they have the SWAT team. There's a reason they have a SWAT team. Because regular police shouldn't be dealing with fucking machine guns. That's why they don't walk around with machine guns, because we shouldn't be militarizing the police, because then otherwise then you might as well have the National Guard here, right? So then the SWAT team is there to respond to things that are not, the regular police is not capable of.
above and beyond.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why you have hostage negotiators. You have all these people. And I think because all these new things that they want to put in place are not part of the police department, and it's a third party thing, like the healthcare ones, like they want to take people, like, say, domestic violence things or domestic disputes. They want to send in people that have some kind of therapist experience and all these things. And that's kind of like what it means, like having the police do less. You know what I mean? Because that takes away a lot of the stress. And there's another thing that I noticed. There was one video, and that's why this is my my points, and then we could kind of talk about them. There was one thing that I saw when the first video surfaced, and it was two CHPs, one Sacramento PD, on both ends of the corners, giving CPR to people that were shot, or and then you look at that, and then you look at the face of one of the cops. He kind of lifts his head up. He has a mustache, and you can see the stress in that person. Not only because, and this is what I thought, there was a big crowd. The shooting just happened. Those guys are just 2 blocks down the street, because that's what they protect the Capitol. That's probably the ones that responded, right? They're just 2 blocks away. So now they're dealing with trying to help someone that got shot, and then they're dealing with an unsafe crime scene. Because sometimes you don't know, like, they might have went around the corner and want to come back and start shooting. So these cops are not only providing first aid, but also worried about their own safety.
Yeah. And if they're
In the
great
crowd.
cops, and the protection of other people right
Right.
now, because who knows? Is
Who
it a
knows?
mass? Is it somebody that's, doing
Right.
stupid shit from the top of the
Yeah, no one
buildings,
knows.
Yeah.
or what's
Yeah.
going on right now?
Yeah.
And
I mean,
Are
this is
you
where
re-
this is
Are
where we
you
open
ready?
the conversation. Yeah.
Oh man.
So I mean, I think that's where where we can kind of pinpoint it. Like, I think that both sides of the aisle need to understand that it's not about gaining a political power, political strength out of the pain of black and brown, and then the people that provide a service to our communities. Police, firefighters, paramedics. You know what I mean? These are people that go through a lot of shit, and not only them, but also the communities the people that they serve. There's a level of trauma, and I think that's what we're dealing with.
Yeah, and we have to remember that. I mean, I think that we've touched bases on this when everything was going on with the demonstrations and all of that stuff, right? And
Right.
and I think we all agreed, like, at the end of the day, who are we going to call when we need help? And I mean, let's be real. And I think we also agreed, or myself, excuse me, I agreed on. Yeah, let's defund the police. The money that they're using to paint the buildings every fucking
Right.
year, like, let's use that for the school. And I think that our logistics behind it were reasonable, you know, and it's not
Right.
like let's get rid of the police because
No.
I gotta call them if I need, for example,
Yeah.
excuse me, for example, one day I was having a really bad day. Somebody parked in front of my gate. I need to leave. Gave them an hour to leave. I was like, I don't know what to do. They didn't leave. So I was
Yeah.
like, let me call the non-emergency line and see if they can freaking, I
Yeah.
didn't know who it was. And they came like this. And I did not expect them to come in a matter of 2 minutes. And I was like, whoa, like I don't
Right.
park on the side of my house. Like, I don't want you guys to they just came way too fast. Didn't expect that. So my point of bringing that up, and I know that it has nothing to do with like the situation that we have, but like, again, little situations like that is a reminder of like, okay, how long would I have waited for that car? Now let's get back to something serious, not trash talk in regards to somebody parking in front of my car, but like
Right.
for this situation as well.
Right.
When you were kind of mentioning that the police officers went in and did CPR and was risking all their lives, 100% totally agree with that. And I'm like, me knowing how to or being trained in CPR and knowing that if I see somebody that is choking or because I'm fingerprinted or like work with kids or whatever, I'm liable to legally, I think,
Right.
being able to or have to help or report situations and these things. And I'm like putting myself in the situation like if I was to see that
You have to respond.
so not only is this a job, but people also have to, or the police also have to have the courage to do that shit because my ass will run.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's
like
not an easy
realistically,
job, yeah.
Yeah.
so I mean, yeah, I get it. Like it's hard. And something that I wanted to mention as well is like in situations like this where people are like grieving and trying to get even people who aren't affected directly, like we all, I think, sat at it and looked at it like this is our fucking city. What is going
Right.
on right
Yep.
now? Like
Right.
that shit doesn't happen here,
Yeah.
And I think that being Sacramento residents, we kind of have like a bigger insight on it, but to the rest
Right.
of the world, it's being looked at as a mass shooting, and I'm sure from the past experience of mass shootings, people have a perspective on that, right?
Well, think of the perspective we've had,
Like, yeah.
when it's happened elsewhere.
Yeah,
So.
and I'm trying to like grip my head around that because it is a mass shooting. I'm not.
Yeah.
There's no way around that. But I'm like, damn, like that's hard to say that there was a mass shooting in Sacramento, California. Like this is our town. Like we run this shit. Like what is happening here? And if whatever the situation is, I'm not even gonna speak on what brought it to fruition, but I think that it's a sad ass thing to just grip. And I don't know. And I've also seen people talk about, on Twitter, this pissed me off. A couple things pissed me off. Sorry, before I let you guys talk. One, I don't like and I don't appreciate, and I know it has nothing to do with me, but when people go under their comments of people who have passed in situations like this and start talking about, he was a real one in the streets and like I'm looking at that comment like, what did the streets do for him? Like that is really upsetting at the end of the day because be respectful under this post. Like you have random people, you have strangers, you have people coming on people's.
It can be it could be perceived as a negative comment
Yeah.
by,
Yeah.
so he was a
Yeah.
hoodlum. So, because
Yeah,
sometimes when they go,
exactly. You're
was
giving
us.
somebody's perspective
Yep.
on that
Yeah.
right now. Like,
Yeah.
don't bring that shit. Give your condolences in the most respectful manner, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Don't have people build their own perspective on your comment.
Yeah.
So I was hella irritated about that. And then also, it's not about us. Like, as much as this is my town, this is my city, it hurts me. It's not about me. Like, there's there's 6 people that lost their lives last night doing what I would have done on a Saturday night, or
Right.
like I
Went to
would have
go-
been at the
yeah.
club. Like
Yeah.
seeing the videos, that's where back in the day, like my friends used to get in fights, drunk fights and shit,
Yeah.
and like it's real like shit that we're familiar with. But it's not okay for you to go on social media talking about why did I'm sad that nobody checked on me. Because I will
For
reply to
real?
you.
For
I
real?
promise you. I was like, Santana, what the fuck?
Wow.
I was like, I really want to reply to this dude and be like,
Damn.
nobody gives a fuck about you right
Wow.
now, in the most respectful manner. Like
Yeah.
In the most respectful way, like nobody cares about checking in on you because, like checking on your people. I get it 100%, But keep that selfish
But
ass
if
shit
nobody
off
checked on
Twitter.
you, yeah.
Damn.
How are you gonna be all upset and sad about it? It was
That
really
is
upsetting.
true.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my thoughts about
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
shit. I guess kind of to add to that, like, you remember too, man, there was a 57-year-old homeless woman that got killed. Like, she was one of the ladies killed. And reading some of the interviews.
Oh
and
yeah, I
listening-
looked. I was a little off. I was like, that age just makes
Yeah,
no sense.
I did too,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Damn, what's she doing at the club at 57?"
I
Like,
didn't
mom
know
of
she
us
was
got
homeless.
it. No, she
No,
was a
she
homeless
was just
woman. She
outside.
frequented Loaves and Fishes. She talked there a lot regarding her experiences being on the streets in Sacramento. So that's super sad.
Oh my God, that is horrible.
Yeah. And then I
Rest in
read,
peace, man.
or either read or listened to another interview with another homeless woman, or that lives in front of City Hall, who happened to be a Vietnam veteran as well, and she had recognized, the sounds of gunfire. She had, sitting up in her tent, had her tent open, and she said her response was to zip her tent, lay as flat as she can, because there is no foxhole.
Yeah.
So,
you
like-
can't run. Yeah.
So, beside the individuals at the club who are affected, obviously, and those killed and those injured, some of those homeless people that may have that PTSD that are out there and hearing this live ass gunfire go down, and,
Yeah.
damn, that's got to be,
And I mean, similar
it's
to
scary
a
for
war zone.
everybody.
I mean, that's
but
what it sounded to me like. It sounded like a war zone.
they said
So-
over 100 shells were found,
So you
Yeah.
guys,
like, in under a minute.
I was in my car
So-
and Santana called me at like 11 o'clock, right? I was in my
Yeah.
car and there was fireworks from what I thought. Oh, probably be lit, whatever,
Those gunshots.
This is 11 o'clock though, right? So I was like, whatever, I'm gonna,
Oh.
this is fireworks. I'm gonna go, like, it's far enough. I'm going to go inside. Didn't think nothing of it. And then I woke up randomly at 2 o'clock and I'm thinking it was lit outside. Everywhere I went, there was hella cars. Like, it just was lit. So I'm like, there must be a celebration, I end up waking up around like 2 o'clock and I hear the fucking gunshots, but I'm thinking it's a finale for fireworks because they just had fireworks over there or whatever, right? So
Yeah.
I'm like, I literally had that in my head, like, oh, that's a finale or something. And then Santana randomly woke up at 5 and then was like, hey, like, there was a mass shooting downtown, like, woke my ass up, freaking looked in the
Yeah.
phone and figured it out. So I heard it. And like,
Yeah.
to think it was a finale
Yeah.
firework
Yeah. 'Cause
situation.
I just thought it was fireworks.
It's
Yeah.
like,
Did you hear it?
Yeah.
It-
Yeah. It was.
I was
mean,
out,
thought it
and
was
I'm usually
fireworks.
never out at that time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
I
usually
mean,
way
They
out.
were
Yeah.
like, you heard it all the way over here? I'm like, I'm pretty positive, like, I
Yeah.
did.
There wouldn't
I
be
mean,
nothing
'cause
else.
how many they were saying was it one? I mean, it must have been multiple people shooting.
That
because-
Had to be.
They're
That's
saying
what
that
they
there's
were- that's what
multiple
they were
suspects.
assuming, yeah.
yeah,
So,
because it was 100 shells, right? Found there's 30 per clip if you got an automatic, or if you got an assault rifle, because
Bro,
that's what they're saying
there-
it was.
it's at
In
least
the
three.
videos, like, I don't know nothing about guns, but I know that there was multiple fucking guns.
Yeah.
Like, there was no way, because I was like,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And then,
it was a whole
then it
different
sprayed.
gun.
Yeah,
And
big
then it
one.
was like
Yeah.
2 different guns,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa.
They had Call of Duty guns and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
Some-
they did.
something though I like you brought up, Mario, how and just kind of put something in perspective that how you mentioned the police departments commonly buy used military vehicles, used military equipment, et cetera, at a cost, by the department
Yeah,
to
wholesale,
the
pretty
government. Those are your tax dollars spent twice on the same item.
Oh yeah,
Your federal tax dollars are spent to purchase that vehicle or whatever originally, and your local tax dollars are then spent later on to buy used equipment.
Right.
So your tax dollars, like, just put that into perspective.
most
how,
of it is going
how
to,
the business of
yeah.
that works, and when it's defund the police, it's not necessarily, as we've all kind of put, take money away. Let those, we've been taxing on it. That's the citizens, that's our vehicles. Bottom line, our taxpayer dollars
Right.
paid for that. Those are our vehicles. Why are we then paying for that twice for a need? That should just be passed the fuck down to wherever it's needed.
Right.
It's our shit.
Yeah.
Pass it down to where it's needed rather than making us pay again for it.
Yeah.
And reinvest those tax dollars that we would have been paying for that car
Yeah.
into the community, into infrastructure, into the plethora of things that need attention rather than a used police vehicle.
Yeah, that's true shit. I mean, that's kind of how they screw us over,
But we don't know shit.
is.
We
No,
don't-
I'm just
I'm
kidding.
not from
It's
this country. I
the-
don't know what the
Nah.
damn thing.
And like I say all the time, the government is they're not here for the everyday person. Government is here to sustain government. It is the biggest business enterprise there is.
I mean, the government is the brain, and we're the organs.
You-
The organs will
Yep.
die if the brain needs to stay alive. So
Yeah.
think of it that way.
Yep. And
You know what I mean?
What about you, Rob?
We're the pawns
Yeah,
in
Rob.
the game.
Sorry,
What do
Miles.
you think, Rob?
You're over here quiet. Too quiet.
It's just a lot, you know what I'm saying?
is.
I really try not to give a big input in on that type of shit because I feel like that's above my pay grade. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But being from Sacramento and being like here my whole life and nothing like that ever happened before. You know what I'm saying? So that was like a real movie scene.
That's what it sounded like.
Yeah, sketchy business to me.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Because because they didn't even know if there was a fight or anything. They don't. It just started. It just happened
Yeah.
right at 2:00. So that was calculated. It had to have been calculated. There was.
Or
There was.
they're saying that is that's there people were outside at that time when the clubs closed.
Yeah.
There's talk about gang violence and
Yeah.
being from Sacramento and I this is don't take this the wrong way, but it's more realistic for me to think that it's a gang situation rather than a mass
Facts.
shooting of just
Yeah.
somebody random coming out. But shit, the
Either
world is
one.
crazy,
The world is
right?
crazy. We
And
don't know
like it
what's
doesn't
really
matter
going on.
what it is, what it's not. Like, I pulled up these individuals' names who had passed. So there's 6 of them who had passed,
Yeah.
and I know that there's a few. I want to say 3 or 4 that are in critical condition right now. I just had it, but of course.
The internet's not working
Okay,
again.
here we go. So John Taya Alexander, Melinda Davis, Sergio Harris, Joshua Hoy Lucchesi, Yamil Martinez Andrade, and Devazia Turner are the individuals identified by the Sacramento coroner.
Yeah.
So, and the ages range from 21 to 57.
It's just crazy.
They just turned 21. Like,
Fucking babies.
Yeah.
Babies.
That's crazy.
That is
That
crazy.
shit's a lot, man.
That's a lot.
People are nuts.
To say the least. I think that's the best thing we could use to
Yeah.
describe the situation. I mean,
Yeah.
so only God knows what they were going through and why they decided to do what they did. But either way, it was fucked up, and hopefully you get dealt with in the way the law does what it's supposed to do.
'Cause, it
And
didn't
ma-
have to be like that.
Yeah.
Regardless
And
of
ma-
what
I agree.
happened or circumstance,
I
whatever,
agree.
it didn't have to be like that. Take an ass whooping if you have to.
I fucking agree.
Give an ass whooping if you have to, but leave it
Facts.
at that.
I was talking to Santana. I know I'm the least person to talk about shit like this,
Yeah.
but I'm like, it's so weird to me because gangs used to have morals, right?
Structure.
Like, and
More structure. Morals,
Structure.
I wouldn't call
Yeah,
it.
structure.
Okay, structure.
There's a
More
difference.
structure. But
Yeah.
like from like sometimes okay, maybe whatever. I just be hearing stories of like they have fucking rules and like, come on, fam.
Yeah.
Like these people are innocent as shit. Like you gonna look like a terrorist, in my
Yeah.
opinion. You know,
Right.
by even okay, that might be a little bit off, sorry. But like you're gonna be looked at by something more, even risking that. Like,
Yeah.
sorry.
Man,
that didn't make any sense.
I
and I hope you guys
know
got
what you're
me
saying
what I was.
because, like, growing up in Rancho, I can remember, the OGs of Rancho talking to the cats in my, the high school cats. Like, there's a different way. Like, so
That died a lot. That structure really broke down because a lot of at least for my generation, I'm about to be 24. So a lot of the OGs that are older than me are crashes themselves. So they don't teach. They don't teach
typically
nothing to
not
the-
much older than you either. So.
Yeah, they don't really teach nothing to the young bulls out here anyway. That's
But
what they
like,
teach
let's
them.
get it, huh?
Yeah.
This is how you. Yeah, no.
So it's
I'm not
pretty
down.
bad.
I mean, it's either
I
like,
hate it.
well, it's kind of like the verbatim is kind of, the vocalization of it is kind of different now. It's like get your bag or become the bag, and I'm like, oh shit, okay,
Yeah.
Like that's so weird.
it's weird.
I always say like it's the weirdest thing and the saddest thing to me to know people who like live like watching their back 24/7.
Yeah, that's just
You
crazy.
know, like I get it, like it's a scary world, but like having to watch your back because you might get shot at, like don't
Yeah.
fucking. I'm not ever gonna be with you. Like,
Yeah.
period. Like, don't ever. And you
Yeah.
should be,
See, and
you should be respectful and not ever invite me to where you're about to be.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
and see,
And don't ever come to my events.
and I've
Right.
been with
God.
those people, like in previous days, I've been in
Hell
the car
nah.
with those people,
Yeah.
completely unaffiliated to any of it. But I've been,
No.
like cats that I've known for a long time.
Get the fuck out of here.
And
You know
it's
what
just-
though? No, I will agree to that too.
Move.
There's people that show up to things that I have or things that they know it's not okay.
It's
for
not
me,
okay.
and they still show up.
So are they pressing buttons?
Like, what is you doing? So I,
People just don't care.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's what
Well,
it is.
you better not care when I
People
tell you
just
to
don't
leave.
care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
I mean, I will
Hell
never
yeah,
kick
mighty.
anybody out of anywhere. I just know it's like I don't really.
Okay,
fuck
if
with
I
you.
know you're about to get shot at, I'm gonna kick you out of here because
You
you.
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
go.
You gotta
Yeah.
go. One, I gotta.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not a funny story, but no, we'll save it for next
All right.
time.
Well, with that being said, to all the families, man, to all the people that passed away, may you rest in peace, and all the families affected, man. Prayers, and it'll just too shall pass. So that was my rant of the day. What we got up next is Boss Talk with
Boss ass Marty.
We was waiting for Miles to do his thing.
I sat back.
Well, guess what
Yeah.
we're gonna
Sat
talk
back.
about today in my segment? Gun violence.
yeah.
You know it. Yes, we are, because Marty likes to talk about this, especially gun violence in Sacramento. But today we are going to talk about gun violence. We've just spoke upon it on your segment, so now we're going to talk about it around the world.
Yeah.
And I always say, I don't know the answers to avoiding all of this shit, but I do know the answers, or I do know facts, and I know that Europe doesn't, their gun laws are insanely crazy, and I don't even know why
England specifically.
they don't have.
or-
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down because how many freaking murders do they have? 6 a year? We just had 13 in one weekend around
Yeah.
the world.
In
per this-
Sacramento.
No, 13 around the world and 6 in Sacramento.
Oh, damn, so-
I'm sorry, 13 in the U.S.
In the U.S. Yeah.
People shot, yes, and
That's crazy.
murdered, per
Damn.
se, right? So I definitely have some facts here. I also wanted to. Okay, so this article that I just found was amazing, so I'm gonna let you guys know. It's from Legal Jobs. Look it up. The title is 19 Amazing Gun Violence Statistics 2020 Update.
Are we sure
So-
this is not an ad? Like it was?
I know this is not my this is
That
not my
ad-
facts.
That ad was amazing.
Yeah,
though.
it was.
That
It
was
got
a
us.
great ad.
It got us. This is not my
That
facts
was-
app. This is real. This is
I applaud that ad.
Okay, but I liked the most about this article. It says most of what we know about guns come from either what we see in the movies or what the media chooses to tell us. Having movies and that's the wrong part. The thing is, simply labeling gun violence as bad or as being on the increase is neither good enough nor logical, as these are simply sweeping statements that mean nothing when examined. After all, let's also not forget, gun violence statistics clearly show that guns can be used as a defensive or whatever tool and measures, keeping the peace instead of disturbing it. And so having movies and the media as your primary source of gun violence facts are definitely not a good roadmap for anyone looking for revealing or unbiased facts. So with that being said, here are fascinating gun violence updated in 2020. So this is going to be our little game, guys. How many mass shootings took place last year in the U.S.?
Are we talking? So this is done in 2020. So we're talking 2019.
2020 last year, so 2021.
Okay.
Oh.
In the world, or
We're going to just say 2019 to 2021 because it doesn't say a date, but in the U.S.
8.
Wait, what was the question?
How many mass shootings took place in the U.S. last year?
Oh, I think it was like 32 or some shit like that. It was over 20 for sure.
You guys are scaring me.
No, it was.
Okay, you want to take a guess?
Nah, I'm gonna guess probably 20. I'm gonna go with some crazy number like 27.
Okay. We're going to see if this is right. Mass shooting.
She didn't have the answer.
Yeah, I did.
I'm just
But,
fucking with
but
you,
your
Monty.
guys'
I'm just
guesses
fucking
were
with you.
way low for me, so I have to make sure that this
Oh,
is
damn.
right.
Okay.
And the U.S. How many mass
Must have been
shootings in
more.
the U.S.
Yeah, probably
and-
like 60 some
Yeah.
odd.
Keep
Huh?
going.
100.
125.
Oh yeah, that's bad.
21.
Everything that we said added up.
Okay.
Like 10,000. Like 135.
Mm-hmm.
How many?
135?
Keep going.
160?
This article says
420.
418.
Oh,
Oh,
my
hell
goodness.
no,
We was about
bro.
to keep going for forever.
Yeah.
Well, get
And
the
I'm looking this
stuff
up
that-
right now.
We only got an hour and a half.
Yeah, sorry. I'm looking this up right now, and yeah, again, look up this article because I don't know.
You said
These
460.
shootings resulted in okay, so mass shooting deaths maybe because that's a lot.
Yeah.
Now I'm uneasy about this article because you just got me like.
Now
okay.
I'm uneasy about going outside.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
460 of them?
Mm-hmm.
That's more than a year.
That's more than, like, one a day.
days in
Yeah.
the-
I don't like this.
That's
I don't
an
like this
average of
article.
more
So
than-
we're gonna
yeah.
go to the my resourceful one.
No.
Well,
man.
you know what's crazy, right? So remember,
How's it not happened here?
right?
Like, that would be
So,
the question. Like,
That's a real question.
a while back, I had said that the CDC was
Sacramento.
denied funding to study gun violence, and remember the
Who
NRA,
was?
the CDC wanted to study gun violence. So the NRA got involved, and all these lobbyists got involved.
like
in
the
it.
psych of it, or like
No, they just wanted to study,
Study, okay.
study. It's
just all it was
all
whatever.
factors,
Alright,
like
okay.
all factors,
You
right?
guys-
So bear with me on that. Hold on, buddy. So bear
Sorry.
with me on that one, right? So then 2021, the CDC then started funding different organizations to start different local cities to start just documenting the statistics of gun violence or the tolls of gun violence, even deaths, injuries, all these things. So they're going they're not breaking the rules, but they're just going, to see how to do that. Because I think what they're gonna find out is that maybe what's the reason it's causing it, and the reason it's causing it may be the infrastructure, the way the United States is built around policing.
Yeah.
How much money that is? That's a lot of money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're like, oh shit, they're really gonna take our guns, or they're gonna do this, or they're gonna do that. So it's kind of like they don't want them to find a reason for the gun violence, because it may affect the status quo more than it affects the community in a negative way. You know what I mean?
And also, I don't know if you're referring to, well, there is a such thing. That's kind of the article that I'm looking at right now, or the website that I'm addicted to right now. So they show people who have been victims of gun violence, whether it be gang related, murder, suicides, like off the wall stuff, anything that has to do with gun violence. They pretty much document this thing, right? Or these stats. In 2020, they have deaths, suicide by guns, injuries, children who pass, teens, mass shootings, murder, suicides, defense use, unintentional shootings. And I'm over here thinking that, wow, that 400 number is hella high, fam. And I could have just looked at this chart right here that they had on here, because mass shootings in 2020 was 611. So 2000, and I'm looking and I'm like, now I'm
611 incidences.
mass shootings.
Fucking
Now,
A.
But I
what
wonder-
is
I
a
wonder-
mass shooting though?
I wonder
right?
what's it? Are you saying more than 2 people as a mass shooting, more than 3, more than 4? What's the?
It gotta be a lot to be mass.
What
This is
is
true.
a mass shooting? Well, a mass shooting is in their what characterizes a term. The term is defined as the murder of 4 or more people with no cooling off period. So that's not really
See to us, a mass shooting is that shit that they
that they've presented on the media for the past
Yeah.
2-3 years.
like.
And I was telling Santana, no disrespect, but when I think of mass shooting, I think of
Like 12 people.
Like Vegas.
somebody that is white that goes into a church to shoot somebody.
Yeah.
And to shoot the church for no
Right.
fucking reason.
Like
you
actually
know?
now-
just happened a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Here. Yeah.
Right. And this is they were out
That
there shooting
almost
for no
exact
reason.
scenario.
Right.
Not
Yeah.
no justification.
Right. So even this one is, let's say someone gets killed. Let's say in a gang war, right? Someone gets killed, and then the gang goes and retaliates and kills 3 because there's no cooling off period. It happens right back to back, and then it keeps going. Then they tally that as a mass shooting. The mass shooting a mass shooting to me has a certain psyche. Like, dude snapped, doesn't have a criminal record, just has hella guns,
Yeah.
is a gun nut, and goes and fucking
Shoots
gets
the
a hotel
crowd
room
up.
in Vegas and starts shooting down.
Yeah.
Like, that's a mass shooting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're unloading clips. Like, this to me, I don't care
like
what it
a
was.
murdering spree.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Some
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto shit. Like,
Yeah.
that's fucking.
That was low key Grand Theft Auto. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Some real shit.
You some
Yeah.
weirdos out here, man.
Yeah.
But okay, so I'm gonna go back to this because it's realistic for me
Yeah.
now, right? Okay, back to it. Sorry, girl, for clowning on your article. So gun violence in high school shootings has increased by over 50%. Police officers are 75% more likely to be victims of gun violence in high gun ownership states than in low gun ownership states. Is that like high gun, low gun? What is that?
Wait, what?
Police officers are 75% more likely to be victims of gun violence in high gun ownership states than
Yeah.
in low gun.
Yeah, like in- like Texas,
California. Yeah, okay, got it. So
Everybody
where you can
walking around
hold
with
it
a
out
gun.
and shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Over 500,000 bump stocks may be in the U.S. civilian hands.
That's like cut off backs for the shotgun so that you can seal it.
Wow.
Or sawed off
Like
tips.
modified guns.
Yeah. Yeah.
82 mass shootings that took place on U.S. soil between 1982 and December 2019 involved guns that were legally obtained.
Right.
Legally.
Right. Most of the
Whoa.
shoot. That's what I'm saying. So like I
Whoa.
think so that's what I always talk about feeling and
Whoa.
in fact, like a lot of the people think like, hey, I'm an law abiding citizen that owns a gun legally. Like stop trying to take
Like
my
what's
gun.
better, huh?
But it's not whether it's the psyche of the person. Like it's
Mhm.
where are you at? Like if you're someone that's temperamental, you shouldn't have a gun.
You should have a gun.
You know what I mean? Like if you get pissed off really quick, like maybe you shouldn't have a gun. Like you know what I mean?
I just think
Like-
it'd be cool just to not have guns. And I'm sorry, like
Yeah.
fist fight, bitch. Like I don't know what
But
to
see,
tell you.
that's what I mean. Like, I think that's the first thing when people think of guns.
But then they're
you
like, the government's gonna take
automatically-
over
We
and
automatically
shoot
go
us.
into like let's fist fight. But I go, no, don't take away guns because I just want to shoot shit that doesn't require breathing, right?
Yeah.
Like,
No, I
I don't want to
understand.
shoot
Yeah.
humans. Like I
Or
wanna,
like I hunt, you know.
Right, like I
Yeah.
want to. Even that, I don't hunt. Like I wouldn't even want to hunt. I don't
Yeah.
want to kill Bambi, bro. Like I don't need to fucking eat like fucking.
But some people do.
and that's their thing,
Yeah.
and that's great.
You know?
But also, like, look at what happened. There's a
Bow
lot of
arrows, look, fam, we
There's
did it.
hunting accidents. There's
Yeah.
you know all these things. So I go,
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't some like
Teacher?
political
Williams?
person get shot on the
no, fucking Vice President of the United States with Bush,
yeah,
Dick
Cheney.
Cheney,
Yeah.
shot
Dude,
somebody's face off.
A teacher just recently went on a hunting accident and got shot by the bullet. Like, and I
Well,
found
I
this
think-
out that
Well, the bullet didn't shoot him. The person shot him.
no,
Yeah.
yeah,
The bullet went
And, he
inside
went,
him.
and I'm pretty sure he went hunting.
yeah. You know what I meant.
Yeah,
They know
exactly
what I meant.
what I
But
meant.
it's sad. That shit happens for real. Okay, so let me continue because I seen a fact that made me like, oh my gosh. So most American children are just likely to be killed by a gunshot as they are by cancer.
God damn.
According to some of the most shocking gun violence stats, most children in the U.S. are in danger of being a victim of gun crime. In fact, firearm-related injury is the most common cause of death for children, accounting for 15% of all child deaths.
Damn.
Yeah, fam.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Yeah,
That one's crazy.
that's a lot.
That is a lot.
So I think that is enough for me to even talk about. Like, and
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like, I know, like, if you are about that life, I get it, you know, but like, it's hard for me I'm very realistic. And we always talk about this when it comes to the law and it comes to people committing crimes. Like, you know, I'm very realistic with shit. I'm very understanding, you know, even times that I don't need to be understood, that it doesn't need to be understood or can't be understood. But there's no way in hell that I can find any fucking reason for me not to feel like you deserve what you get, because there are so many people that have been affected last night, and you know, from directly to indirectly to it just being, you know, real shocking for it to be our city. Like Tyler the Creator show was that night as well. So now we also have not only the media talking, but we also have the celebrities who are fucking known around the world talking about that their tour bus was caught in the middle of the
Of a
gunfire.
shootout,
The Ali and AJ, that, you know, they had to like duck down and gave their story. So like it's being told to the world in so many different perspectives, you know. And like, again, no justification. I feel like I really, really hope that they get these individuals, because I do think there's more than one. And regardless, if I don't know, bro,
Should
because
clubs be held accountable in some part?
no, why would they?
Just a question.
Sorry, no, I don't
No.
think so. I don't think so because
Rob, what do you think, Rob?
Nah, bro, it's really the people.
I think alcohol should be accountable.
I think that's the thing that I was gonna say, because when I used to do my thing in San Francisco, one of the biggest issues is that they were overpouring, because you know bartenders know the people or
Yeah.
whatever they want to show off, whatever it is, and overpouring is a big part of
Well, we already know alcohol and a lot of things is a
Yeah, but-
recipe for trouble. So
yeah, and it's like me as an individual, I'm gonna ask for you to overpour. However,
Yeah.
pan.
if I'm gonna ask you to overpour, I need to make sure that I'm gonna get home in some type of manner,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
whatever. I get what you're saying in regards to that
Yeah.
because I think that, man, probably, I don't know. No, I can't say that they should be liable.
They gotta, you know what? Here's what always works, right? And this is what worked in San Francisco. On Broadway in San Francisco, you got the strip, you got the strip clubs, you got clubs, and nothing just creates a picture for a perfect disaster more than women, dudes that want to impress women, and back and forth.
Alcohol and drugs.
Yo. And then
Dude,
the
it's all
alcohol
the
on top
vices.
of it.
It's all the vices
It's
right
all-
there.
And so you got all these. So what they did, they ended up shutting down that whole street. Whenever the clubs were open, you couldn't park in front of the clubs. You couldn't drive down the street. There'll be cops all over the place, and if they saw you going around more than once, you're getting hit up.
So what do? You like take taxis and shit, or like what?
No, obviously just that one block is closed
got it.
because right, like they don't want shootings.
Does the drama happen on the other side?
What
though?
it took is no. So like I
It
said, like
worked?
the whole street is closed.
Yeah.
Like so, there's a strip where all the clubs are. So they turned that they closed it so there's no traffic and
Yeah.
you couldn't park. The only people that parked there were the people that worked for the club and all this other stuff, right? So what ended up happening was that you don't have through traffic from fucking 10 to 2 a.m. Now you just have walking traffic and then you just park, 2 blocks down, 3 blocks down. Usually when you go to the club, you end up having to park far anyways.
No, right.
So because they were preventing from people congregating in front, people double parking, all these things, and that creates a clusterfuck in
Yeah.
case something happens. So that's like those are the things that needs to start happening here in Sacramento. Probably just closing down the streets where these clubs are at, that one street that they're in, so that they could actually control the crowd better. Because that's the other
You
thing.
know what's
that
crazy?
is crowd control.
It's closed. It's K Street or J Street
No,
or whatever
because
in front of
that-
social.
No, because it happened in front of London, and that street is open.
Oh yeah, that street is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10th is.
It is.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
got it
it's open.
closed off by like mangoes and shit, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you know how
Yeah.
mangoes
Or
is.
like even in front of social, there's like that
Right.
little Amtrak or whatever it's called. Shit.
Yeah,
Light
so
rail.
Light rail.
yeah. So that's
Yeah.
kind of like what needs to start happening.
I
That just
agree.
like this stuff is happening in your establishment. I don't mean hold them responsible, like penalize them, but just be like, hey, you need to take better measures where you're not relying on 2 bouncers outside to deal with crowd control because that's fucked up. You're only giving them $20 a fucking hour.
Yeah, there's 500 people out here.
There's
Yeah.
500 people out here. You got 2 bouncers out there. That's not crowd control. That's just you.
They're
Got
just
people honking,
502.
trying to get out from the double part. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
you know what I
And
mean?
even them, they ain't the nicest.
No.
They don't give a fuck about
Well, I'd be
you. Like,
irritated
get
as
out.
hell, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last fight I saw on K Street was 3 bouncers fighting people. I'm like,
Yeah.
fam, like
Yeah.
once you kick them out, why are you fighting them? You're not
Yeah.
supposed to do that. But
I
what do I know?
mean, because now they got all these drunk ass people in my face and shit. Like, I'm gonna punch you. Get out of my face.
Hey, well,
kidding.
that's a good way to
I
get
don't know,
sued.
but yeah, that's a good way. These clubs, that's why I'll never have a club.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, again, blessings to all of the families, sending love to you guys and people
Yeah.
who've been directly affected or non-directly affected. There's a lot of resources out there right now.
Yeah. for
So
sure.
if you guys, I'm sure can Google, go online and say, and type, resources for suicide victims or families. I just looked it up on, excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Redo.
Let's go.
Resources for shooting victims and families. You guys can look up these resources and get some more information or just support, whether it be therapy or just online books and readings and all that good stuff. So definitely take advantage.
Hell yeah.
That's it.
So we don't have a game today? We're not playing a game today.
That was the game. You guys were trying to guess the mass shooting. That was the game.
that was a great game.
Yeah.
Oh, golly.
It blew me out, man. I was like, damn,
I came
that's
to
a
the-
lot.
That's a lot. Yeah, no,
You
that's
guys
a lot.
said 20. I
was-
was like, you guys, usually you're right. So I
Yeah,
had
but
to-
we
Usually
were
we're in the
given-
rain.
I came on the
Either
right
way.
episode today, huh?
Yeah.
We thought we were gonna have hella fun. He was like, I was gonna bring some
I
bath. I was
know.
gonna do all kinds
Damn,
of
I'm
shit.
like, should we end up playing the game? 'Cause
I think
I mean,
so.
something,
Yeah,
yeah.
because I'm like,
To lighten
okay.
up some
You
spirits,
So we're
you
gonna
can
maybe.
make
play
a quick one.
charades.
You can,
I'm gonna ask you a question, and you guys gotta lay down on the floor and do
Charades.
10 sit-ups.
you
each.
out your damn mind.
Nobody's doing sit-ups. I
We
just,
told him he had to do push-ups, so
Right.
I
I
was
just-
trying to go with it, Miles.
I can't. I
Damn,
can't.
y'all
do
I
blew
that.
it
gotta-
because
I
I
got-
dead ass
yeah.
thought she was for real right now. I'm like, all right, I guess I'm gonna have to hit some sit-ups or something, bro.
Nah, we don't
That's
do
just
that.
funny.
Usually we
Nope.
just play trivia or we'll do like Jeopardy, but I don't have Jeopardy right now. So we are going to do trivia, music trivia.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, great. Okay, I'm not even gonna say it.
Yeah,
This fucking guy
music
works in a
trivia.
music studio.
We
You know-
should cater to the
Nah,
guest every
I'm
once
not
in a while.
I'm not the greatest with the music shit.
Yeah.
So
Me either. I wasn't even born in this country,
we'll,
so I'm
we'll be
good.
all right.
Yeah. Okay.
Here we go. I'll put up some little music.
Just kidding. All right. So, who sang? You guys go say, I know it. No, I'm just kidding. Who sang I Kissed a Girl?
Katy
Oh.
Perry.
Yay.
All right.
Which musician has his real name as? That's weird. Let me re-say it. Which musician's real name is Peter Gene Hernandez?
That's a good one.
I'm trying to think of like a song, but I
Peter
can't.
Gene Fernandez.
He's known.
Singer.
He does a little. He just was in the media for doing a little drugs.
They all do
That's all
drugs.
of them. Yeah.
He got nice hair.
That guy. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
totally.
a real pop star.
Oh, he just won Grammys, didn't he?
I don't know. He freaking made a song with Cardi B. He made a song damn near with fucking Pharrell.
Bieber.
Nope.
No.
His name's not Peter.
5, 4, 3.
Yep.
Bruno Mars.
That's what I was gonna. Oh my God, I was gonna say
Wow.
Bruno Mars.
Yeah. Okay.
Would have never guessed that.
Yeah, Bruno Mars. Yeah.
The
Yeah,
2012 global. You're not gonna get this one. Complete the lyrics. To the left. To the left.
Beyonce to the left. Irreplaceable.
Everything you own in
To
a
the
box
back,
to the left.
Keep going. Keep going.
in the box where I don't
That's
know.
her stuff.
Keep
Don't touch
going,
it.
come
Too
on.
soon like
Too
that.
soon.
Just don't touch it.
Okay, almost,
That's
but not
right.
quite. That was a
Too
good
soon.
Walking
one.
at the same time now.
This is what I
Yeah.
should have. Okay, this is what we should have
I
played.
don't
But
know.
it's everything you own in the box to the left.
Okay.
In the closet, that's my stuff. Yes. If I bought it,
So
please,
please
don't,
don't
touch.
See? It was close.
I don't like Beyonce, but you guys did good. You guys did good
to the
though.
left. To
Because
the
I know
left.
you guys are in the singing it while you're driving. You're trying to make your own remix and shit.
Oh, please don't
You're like, hell
touch.
no, you're not. I'm touching it.
Oh god, it's to the right. Yeah, we going to the right actually.
Fuck your left.
Your best friend Anna.
Okay. I don't know none of these people. The Swedish House Mafia is a band from Sweden.
No shit.
Is it true or false?
That's true.
False.
Yeah, that's some
That's
bullshit.
hella obvious.
Yeah.
It's too obvious.
That don't even sound right.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's fucking true.
Fuck those Swedish music.
Yeah.
I don't.
They be
are
throwing
a
shit off
EDM
like that.
fan?
The only
Yeah,
thing
it's
I
an
like from-
EDM group.
It's for DJs.
The only thing I like
If
about
you're
you
it
know
with
that
a
one,
band.
huh?
I seen him at one
Yeah.
of those Coachellas.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I know I'm from EDC too. That's
only
funny.
thing I like from there is
Geeked out on
IKEA.
some Adderalls.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
I don't even like that.
Couple more y'all, couple more y'all, couple more y'all. Which,
Please don't.
what was the Jingle Bells song initially called?
Bells jingle?
For like Christmas and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's Jingle Bells.
Rocking around the Christmas tree.
The one horse open sleigh.
That's what it was called.
Wow.
That's weird.
Which rappers hold the world's record for the most words per minute?
Bone
Oh,
Thugs and Harmony. Bone
Eminem.
Thugs and Harmony.
These are all great. Miles, do you want to do a shot before I? Well, no. Do you want to?
Who for
take
most
a guess.
words per minute?
Yeah.
Oh,
Most words per minute.
So
trying to think of
speed.
like fast rappers. and
Speed.
shit.
Yeah.
Twisted
There's
I was about to
two.
say
I think it was
Twista.
Twista
Yeah,
because
Twista's
he was
not on
he was on a
there?
show
It
actually.
even says that.
Busta.
It's so
Oh,
weird.
Busta Rhymes is a good one
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
Eminem
Twista.
holds the record with
Oh, shit.
7.5
You don't even be
words.
saying nothing.
I'm really flabbergasted about
Sip it,
Twisted
Yeah,
Sister, the
exactly.
first
That type
one.
of shit.
Oh yeah, okay. Eminem, I got it. Okay. Nicki Minaj, 6.5 words per second.
Nicki Minaj.
I don't remember her rapping fast.
Yeah, that's what we doing.
She has rap
Okay.
fast.
I'm gonna go look
crazy.
her up because I don't know
That's
about
what we're
that.
doing right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
Like,
Because
Twist is
Twist is
whole.
not on there. Buster Rhymes.
Come on now. Yeah, what are we talking about? Nicki Minaj is number
And
2.
you can understand him.
No,
Like,
I
Yeah.
can't. I can't. No, I'm just kidding. I can.
That's the
But
greatest.
you got to read the lyrics to understand.
I love it.
some
I'm
of
just
it,
like-
yeah.
All right, last one, y'all. Last one before we move on because we have a guest. Sorry, my bad. I like to take the shit. That's fine. Which
45 minutes later.
I know
spent
which
like
hip hop
30
rap
minutes.
artist has a real name as Onika Mirage? What the fuck? Okay, next. We already know who that is.
I don't know. We don't
okay.
know who the fuck
Okay,
that
go ahead,
is.
take
Megan
it.
Thee Stallion. Fucking.
It's fucking Nicki Minaj.
Minaj. No. Sam Breezdale.
All right, that was Boss Talk.
That was Boss Talk with.
Boss Ass Body.
Boo-doo-doo.
Sorry, y'all. You guys wanted to do the game.
Yeah, we were just
Oh,
talking
I
about
guess. wanted to
I got
know.
no problem with the game, man.
Now we got the forgotten episode,
Forgotten
the
segment.
brand new Boss Ass Miles of
Sasha
Sasha
Fierce.
in the house, yo.
we got the most
shit.
ratchetest, classiest part of this
True. True
podcast, and
statement.
it's Ratchet Ass Sports with
Mr. Miles Jolly.
Yeah.
Mayo.
White chocolate. White
Not Jason
chocolate.
Williams. The other white chocolate.
The other one.
So, man, we'll stay on.
Been in
So,
the sky.
I said Jason. We'll stay on a little bit basketball, but so the late great Kobe Bryant, his last game in the NBA was 6 years ago. This coming week, I know.
It's been that long.
Since he last played. So
last
2016
Oh.
since he
Yeah.
last
Was
played.
that his
Sheesh.
iconic ass game or no?
To say if you ever wanted to know this dude was a straight killer on the court,
Yes,
the
that
last
was
3
so
minutes
good.
of that game are
And
it.
the crowd was popping.
Dude, his
Us on TV was
teammates were
popping.
jumping up and down like kids.
Kids,
Like,
huh?
although
Even
they
the
were
other
kids.
team, too.
So, but just put in
That's cool.
perspective, over 3 minutes, Lakers were down by 10. They ended up winning by 5, if I'm not mistaken. Kobe essentially went on a 15-2 run against the Jazz.
Hell yeah.
Like Kobe alone.
Back and forth, huh?
Except the last 2 points, which he was a lob pass down the court for easy dunk. But still, like,
People were passing it to him, huh? Like to do that shit.
He was getting the inbound and just controlling shit.
Oh.
Like,
Good for
he took
him.
over
like
again.
the man, he
Good for
wasn't
him.
gonna lose his last game. So
That was
if
awesome.
there's any ever evidence that man's straight killer on the court, that last 3 minutes of
Heck yeah.
his
Very
NBA
true.
game.
That was exciting. I remember that.
So to I guess to transition to another killer just on the golf course though, Tiger Woods, y'all.
Tiger Woods.
So, man,
What'd he do? Did,
Last week,
right.
did, he
straight,
kill,
la-
did he kill some backs or did he
La-
kill the
last
stroke?
week,
Which one did
I'm
he
sitting
do?
here saying he ain't ever going to golf again. This motherfucker is out there at Augusta
Golfing?
practicing
Oh,
to
shit.
play in the Masters this coming weekend.
Good for him.
Doesn't he
like,
have like a
for
fucking?
him.
Doesn't he have like a giraffe's
He's-
back now? 'Cause
He's
his
like
back is
1
fucked?
year off a broken leg in 3 places coming out the
Damn.
bone, like multiple back
Good.
surgeries.
Right.
Yeah, what happened? He got like hit by a car or some shit.
He
got crashed
his
his
car.
car.
Yeah, speeding down a hill. Like,
Going a million.
so, man, I don't know. I'm a little scared.
For him to
I'm scared as shit. Like, he's going to end up out there breaking his back live TV.
That's
Like,
that
all I
Happy Gilmore
picture.
shit though. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And he's going to come back and win.
Yeah,
Like, I
that's
was
the Happy
you
Gilmore
never know.
shit.
talking that last time, like 19
Yeah.
is going to be his last
Yeah.
run.
Yeah.
He's like, bullshit, 3 years later.
Mhm.
Car
Yeah.
accident, fucking
and
family
you know
issues.
what? If he wants to do that, happy,
Him
like
too.
you're gonna hurt yourself.
It's like I broke my back
you
just to have
might,
a
you
break.
might, yeah.
Okay.
It's just like I just rather hurt myself so that way, I could do what I want in life. Like
bet-
I'm sure he's gonna
I
train.
bet
him
he
to
just
his
does.
back
He
a
said
little.
it's a game time decision on if he tees up for the tournament, but I bet you he just plays the par 3.
Wait, what does
the
that
little
mean? Game
par
time
3 little
decision.
Yeah.
He'll decide day of.
Oh,
So
It's nice to hear something good about Tiger Woods.
it is.
yeah. I
It
agree.
is,
Yeah.
man. Like,
It's just been so
Yeah,
bad
it's
for
been
him.
all bad for him for the past.
I was like, I rewatched
That's
the
the worst.
that 2019 victory, and that was genuine ass emotion when he threw his hands up.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
that was real shit. So yeah.
I mean,
we'll see.
yeah.
I
he
hope
has
he
one
does.
of the best mug shots out there too. His mug shot is crazy.
No
Solid.
foul.
Glassy ass.
Yeah,
eye,
I was
man.
like, oh, man.
so many
Blitzed.
pills.
Yeah.
How many
Oh,
pills
man.
were you
All of
taking
them.
that day?
Every pill.
Mm.
So yeah, I'll move on a little quicker. But
gotta look it up.
you know, I was talking about Sac Republic Stadium like months ago. They were
Yes.
supposed to go to the MLs, blah blah blah. So owner of Sac Republic came out and said that they're gonna look into building a stadium, financing it themselves, minus the infrastructure that's already gone up throughout there, and finance a smaller, not an MLS quality stadium, but a stadium out there that can be upgraded to MLS.
Kind of like
'Cause
what
apparently that's going to be their bargaining chip.
kind of like our baseball park that we have right now could have easily be upgraded to.
It was built for that, the River
Yeah.
Cat Stadium. So that's going to be their bargaining chip to get into MLS, NHL. The MLS is to have a 12,000 seat arena built already, expandable.
Yeah.
Then when they
I don't know.
players get in trouble or some shit recently.
Oh, I don't know.
Soccer
Yeah.
Public?
Oh man, it wouldn't shock me. Fucking soccer
The
players.
I'm gonna go look at
Whoa.
That
whoa.
ratchet ass sports.
Whoa.
Let's look
Ratchet
at
ass
it.
sports. It is
We
a ratchet
are
ass sport.
Catholics.
You may be, but those are some of the best
The
women's.
worst ones.
Oh man, but all right. Finally, I'm gonna end it on this. So this little stadium note still. I think the A's need to get the hell out of Oakland.
I
Like,
thought they were already.
No,
when,
they're trying hard, but
they're a college team now, right?
oh, bro, I'm gonna go ahead and break this shit down because
That's fucked
so
up.
they are, they really are. Once you hear this shit, it's gonna be crazy how truly invested in the business of baseball, not in putting a quality team on the field, the owner of the A's is. So
yeah.
we all know they've been playing Moneyball for 10, 15, 20 years, which is all good because, I mean, you know, they're that
Yeah.
500 team that lags into playoffs, but they have the balls to go bitch and moan about fans not showing up. So why would fans show up when you put a half-assed team on the field and your players are leaving? So you're getting rid of your not even leaving, getting rid of your players so fast that you don't even have a chance to root for players. It's just constant flip.
You can't even buy the shirt.
You
yeah.
can't even buy the shirt because the dude's going to be gone next year. So
Tomorrow.
even. So owner John Fisher, the A's, said, all right, cool. We need to increase revenue. We want to build this stadium out there at, over there by the ports in Oakland, Jack London or some shit like that. And he's like, I'll privately finance the stadium, but Oakland, you have to put down $800 million plus on the infrastructure.
They don't even spend that on their fucking payroll.
Taxpayer dollars, mind you.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
All
Do you
right.
give a fuck about the A's that much?
Exactly. So they've been having this battle and shit with the A's back and forth. Like Oakland is like, you know, we'll do XYZ, but we're not covering this big ass project you all want to do. We're not going to put in infrastructure down. We're not going to create essentially a new tax district, what the A's want them to do.
Right.
So taxpayers are footing the bill for the infrastructure in a roundabout way. So, and the stadium in a roundabout way, just like they do for Mount Davis. So mind you, Mount Davis at the current Coliseum, that is still being paid for by Oakland taxpayers.
Yeah.
And the Oakland Raiders don't even play there.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's the bullshit that's gone
Yeah.
down with the business of stadiums. So, all right, all good. A's want to play the Moneyball game. MLB is like the current Oakland site, not appropriate for baseball. MLB says no, no, no. A's say no, no, no. All that jurisdictional nonsense. Baseball was just on strike. So they postponed 99 days, seasons starting late over money bullshit. But one of the parts of the new collective bargaining agreement. Okay, I guess let me backtrack a little bit. For the past 5 years, the Oakland A's have been excluded from MLB revenue sharing for across the whole league because they choose to spend so little on their salaries.
Yeah.
The new collective bargaining agreement, which was just signed, allows the A's back into revenue sharing
Yeah.
in hopes that it would stimulate them paying players and having a quality team on the field, increasing competition. This just happened within 2 weeks. Within the past 2 weeks, rather than getting players or retaining their talent, they're dumping everybody.
Wait, and they're just gonna get more and hire them at like a lower level, or did I
That's
just make
exactly
that
what
up?
Moneyball is. They find a player they can pay less at the
Oh my
maybe
god!
at the end of their
I will
career.
say though, I'll give him this much. You wouldn't pay me $1 million to play baseball, right? But we had our first game yesterday. I was at bats
So
4
you would-
times.
you can get hired, huh?
Listen, right.
So-
According to their, I was at bats 4 times, got on base 3 times. Out of
Doesn't matter how.
Doesn't matter how. Out of those 3 times, I batted twice that I actually got on base. So I hit a single twice and walked the third time.
And I scored once.
And I scored twice. So my batting average is actually 500, and 500 is actually pretty good.
Oh, you're talking about real shit.
No, that was my statistics.
Oh,
Yes.
you're
like,
talking
wow.
about real. I thought.
Yeah.
I thought that was all made up shit.
No.
Oh,
I had
over
a-
here going along with fake numbers. And you scored once. Yeah.
No, I had a
Fucking
softball
You
game.
suck.
on base percentage, 391.
I had a softball game yesterday, and I was at bat 4 times, got on base 3 times, hit 2 singles, scored twice. You know what I mean?
What position do you play? Because you could
Shortstop.
probably play
Shortstop
for
and
the
second.
A's.
So,
They
yeah.
need
You want.
they may currently need
So
a
let me
middle
tell you right now, I
infield.
was playing short. And then switched over to second. Just out here commanding, you know what I mean? Hit the cutoff anytime you can. You gotta hit the cutoff every time, man. Don't try to make that throw. But anyways, go ahead. But that
No, you're
but
good.
if a player comes around, right, that's actually a professional player with those stats at bats, they would take that person because they care about how many times you get on
Yeah.
base and how many runs you score.
Yeah.
And the A's
So who
specific-
writes these though? The
The
stats.
A's specifically, well, they're kept track of by Major League Baseball, all the teams. There's
What if you're in
they
high school?
hire, Oh,
By
there's
guys that are 60
statisticians in
years
high
old.
school.
This
What if
for
you're
that.
not in high school?
Then you're not playing
You got to go to high school
football.
To do what?
to play baseball.
No, you could play baseball when you're like 5 years
So
old.
where do the stats come from if you don't have those stats in high school?
I'm
What?
confused.
I'm confused at the question.
So okay, so for somebody who doesn't go to has not been in high school, right, but has a dream
Of playing
to play
baseball, you ain't gonna play baseball.
Oh, so you're saying that basically you have to have these stats from high
Yeah,
school.
you ain't gonna play baseball
Oh.
if you don't go to
It's
high
a
school.
requirement.
You ain't even playing baseball if
US
you don't go to
requirement?
college. No,
It's
that's
like
how
a-
baseball.
It's like that good old boy shit. Like it's a really close.
It's like baseball
That
players.
good-
that's why they
that
always
good
talk
old
that
boy
shit,
shit.
huh?
Yeah, that good old
I
boy
get
shit.
it.
So now I get what you're saying. I was like, wait a minute. No, you
Sorry.
could,
So
yeah.
we'll get back to the A's real quick. So the A's, knowing that they're going to be getting revenue sharing again, rather than signing players, they're cutting players.
Damn.
Mind you, there is no salary cap in baseball. What there is a luxury tax. So if you go over a certain amount, you pay the tax on the difference between a set amount
Which is what
and
New
what
York
you're
does.
actually.
New York rather pay the tax.
Because they're a big market team who can afford to. That's
Yeah.
why there's the revenue sharing to prevent teams like the Yankees, the Dodgers,
Yeah.
the Red Sox from just dumping money.
Yeah. And if they're
And
ever
know what?
short on cash, they just have to re-sign fucking Derek Jeter and they make money right back.
As long as
So-
he's not an exec, because he tore that shit up.
Yeah, he
he
did.
fucking tore the
He
Marlins
fucked that up, yeah.
Anyways, but so in this roundabout way, the reason the A's got the revenue sharing taken away is the same exact reason they're getting it back was to promote them. They were punishing them for not spending on salary, so now they're giving it back to promote them spending on salary, and they're dumping salary. So out of 30 teams in baseball, the Oakland A's have the 29th lowest salary for 26 players and injured reserve players. Their salary for this 2022 season is $32.5 million. Their payroll in 1991 was $31 million. So 1991, that's 30 years, and their payroll is still the same dollar amount.
31.
So,
Wow.
which shows that John Fisher, the owner of the A's, is not putting
He's
that
a bitch.
revenue sharing money into his team or improving his
Yeah.
team or the experience on the field or in the
Right.
stadium. He's putting it in his pocket.
Yeah.
So 110 million is the projected amount each team is going to get in revenue sharing for 2022. He is also dumping salary to keep money, to pocket money rather than putting money into a quality team.
That's so weird.
So he's getting 110 million guaranteed-ish from the league and 52% of whatever the A's revenue for the year is.
All I know
He's
is that
up.
I know some
Yeah.
greedy ass mother effers like that, and let's just
Yeah,
leave it
because
at
that
that.
stadium,
What?
that stadium
That's greedy.
sucks.
What if
The
I
worst.
told you
It's the worst.
It's like the
Okay,
most
agreed.
rundown shit ever,
Agreed.
huh?
But if
Yeah.
you know, even with the new stadium, your owner is going to put that shit on the field,
Yeah, it doesn't even matter
Why-
at this
why
point.
are my tax dollars going to that?
You know what
Yeah.
though? But at least
You feel good in the new
the
stadium.
bitter taste in my mouth doesn't feel as bad when I go see the Giants play when they suck, because
Yeah.
at least the experience that the at least
Because
I know
they at
that
least try.
At least they try.
Look at this. League average is about 142 mil for salary. Giants pay 142 mil. They're middle of the league. They pay to have quality players. They at least attempt. The Dodgers 278 mil.
That's
Right.
horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Mets 251.
It's not as bad as that horrible blue, though. That horrible Dodger blue is horrible.
Oh, I mean,
the
not the
worst
pay.
shit
I meant like.
Yeah. So
Sorry.
No, don't be.
I don't know if
But
anyone's a Dodger
that's
fan.
why the A's just need to go ahead and cut ties.
I agree.
Or Oakland just needs to go ahead and cut ties with them because all the A's are really trying to do is extort them.
So
They're trying to extort them for money and extort them to build a new stadium. Let Caval take the money shit and go elsewhere. Like, let him do it. What? Man, there's more in Oakland to the A's. Like, there's so much more to Oakland than the A's.
because I mean, at this
Right.
point, is Oakland the A's? No, like
In for sports teams, it's the only one they have left.
their
But there's a
uniform,
I'm just like, I
Yeah.
don't recall them like recently doing anything. The last time that A's was popping, in my opinion, is like when Mac Dre
The
was
90s.
alive, like out
1991.
tailgating and shit.
1991
I
was
don't
really the
know.
last time they did
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't know.
Warriors left to the city.
You know, they have.
Raiders
Do they have a
bounce?
mascot?
We went
Yeah,
back
it's
to
an
the
elephant.
city.
They still have them as a
You're
mascot.
right. You're actually right. You're actually right. No,
What'd you say?
Such
they
a
went back to the
difference.
city. Yeah.
We went back to the city. We didn't.
I
Y'all
get it.
should just
That's,
go over
that's,
there.
that's true.
We didn't
They
just-
used to play in the Cow Palace, yo. Like, no, that's
Yeah.
that's
Keys
real
are,
shit.
You know?
Like,
Hell
they're
yeah, real
they're from
shit.
the
Real
city.
rap rock.
They could hire We Are
Anyway.
Sacramento to make their shit
All
poppin'.
day.
Honestly,
If they wanted to.
I mean,
You know we're doing a movie premiere anyways. You
You
know I'm
know?
bringing props.
Oh fuck yeah.
we'll change our name to Was if it's a problem.
Yeah, it was.
Conflicting.
Was it?
If it's conflicting, you guys
Was
We Are
it?
Sacramento.
Nobody does it like we does. Sorry.
We done. No,
Sorry.
we're good.
Well, that was
that
Ratchet Ass Sports with
Mr. Miles Jolly, man.
Yeah. White chocolate.
White chocolate.
And,
The A should
this
just
is-
go, man. A should just go. Let him
This
go.
is the part of the podcast that sometimes we are blessed and to have that we can have guests that want to be on our show
Yeah,
that
that
don't run at the
sticks
thought of coming
through,
here.
huh?
You know what I mean?
Right.
Just kind of sticks it through. So if you made it through an hour, you're gonna be all right.
Right.
yeah.
This next 30 minutes are gonna be a breeze. So here in our show we have Vault Rob. What's up?
Ultra.
What
What's
up, man?
cracking? What's cracking with y'all, man?
Yeah, man. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you.
Appreciate
Now,
y'all.
I want to start off with this.
What's up?
And given that we left off with Ratchet Ass Sports, I got a question about your Instagram account.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is fire as hell, and I feel horrible when I look at it, and I feel entertained. I don't know if it's the song, the intro sound bite
Yeah.
that,
It's a Vol exclusive.
yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
like, that shit is crazy. And then the shit that happens, like, one, why did you go that route when it came to that part?
Well, I used to watch a lot of World Star and
Yeah.
World Tour.
yeah, a lot of other like crazy shit like Best Gore and like Fly Height. A lot of crazy ass like websites they have like different videos and shit on. And I just thought like, why not post that? You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
I
Like,
could dig
people are entertained. I'm entertained by the shit, so I thought it'd be cool.
That's tight.
honestly, it's like just good content. Honestly,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
to
not
mix
gonna
it in.
lie. I be sending the videos often.
Yeah.
Bro, I be sharing.
On
I
the
was like,
under.
oh, this is hella crazy. Like I gotta make sure I do it for. I always forget. Like sometimes I gotta be careful what account I'm on because it can't be the We Are Sacramento
Yeah,
one. That's
hell
for goddamn
yeah.
sure.
We're at
now,
a different level now.
now you didn't just get up and decide to start a YouTube channel and start to interview people, or like was it a thought process to that?
It was more on the city. It's on the City Sound YouTube. I just
Yeah.
got into City Sound. How I got into City Sound, really, I just walked in one day with a bunch of shirts and just gave them to the gang that was in there. I was like, "What's up with everybody in here?" You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
I first started off just making clothes. Vault merch is how I got into this shit.
Yeah.
Shout out my lady for being the other half. You hear me?
Shout
She really
out
ran that
to
shit.
you.
Shout
Yeah.
out. She a boss?
Yeah,
She a
Okay.
boss. She'll come looking for you.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure. She'll hunt you down and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. But she my other half. She run the Vault merch now a lot more than I do. I be
Yeah.
making clothes sometimes, but I got into the interview shit really
Dope.
just on some idea. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? We were sitting at the studio one day, and I'm like, there's a lot of rappers that come through here. A lot of people that talk about shit.
Yeah.
It'd be dope to get them to sit down and actually like put it on a platform. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Let them use a voice for something besides music, or just talk some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then you featured Marty on one of them.
Well, did you see that interview?
Yeah, I sure
Yeah.
did. I was like, oh, look at Marty.
You know
Yeah.
what? Let me give you your props right now because I thought that was an awesome ass video. And I'm
Yeah.
not going to lie, I was a little scared to see it because I don't like myself behind the camera. I'm always that way, regardless of who's shooting or what
Yeah.
video it is. And so when I watched it, like I think I posted, well, I don't even think I posted it all the way because I was like, damn, I have to see it. So I was like, I'm going to get to it. But when I watched it, I was like, wow, like this is very, I feel like you brought like a different side of me. And then also he featured Santana or interviewed Santana as well. And I felt like his interview was amazing too. And it was funny. It's funny to like the execution, right? Where it's
Yeah.
like, this is the idea. You already know what you're looking for. And we're just,
Right.
the guests are there just being interviewed. And then I don't know. I love that interview. I show it to
Yeah.
everybody. I use it
Fire,
all the
fire,
time.
fire,
So,
fire.
yeah. So
Appreciate
thank you.
that. Appreciate
Yeah.
that.
If you guys haven't seen it,
Yeah.
where can they go watch the videos of Mario, Santana, and I?
Well, the
Oh,
link
yeah.
is in my bio. Vault exclusive news on Instagram. You hear me? It's the City Sound Code
Yeah.
YouTube.
Now,
Yeah.
what would you say? Because how many you've done? Like I want to say like 35 some odd interviews, probably more than that.
It's been more than that. In the beginning, some shit happened where we done lost a lot of footage, so we done
Okay.
lost a lot of interviews. But we about like 31, 32 in right now.
Yeah.
Dang,
Trying to keep that
nice.
shit going for real,
Now-
for real.
Now, not to put you on a hot seat, take Marty and I out of the equation. Like, what would be your favorite conversation out of all of those interviews? Because you've had a lot of good ones.
Let me see. It's a couple of ones. My boy Connor Helm, we really
Yeah.
was in there on some.
That's the producer, right? The white boy. Yeah.
Shout out
He's
Connor
dope.
Helm. You
Yeah.
hear me? Real goat. He's a real goat behind this shit. Like buddy really getting the music shit for real, for real. But me and him had solid conversation. My boy Scorsese, Josh Jorin and them.
Yeah.
X, Big Mike, Dame La Soul, fire one. I
Dope.
like
Yeah.
that one. Deuce Bigelow too, lit. It's honestly it's a lot of them, bro.
Yeah.
It's not too many interviews that I don't like doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I'm really not a big talk to the people kind of person. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
when it gets into that type of shit,
Right.
it's a lot easier for me.
How do you prep for an interview?
I just get high.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to
That's
you.
how I go.
I just have about 2 to 3 beers. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that shit
'Cause
helps.
we used to prep for interviews. You know what I mean? So and
It was hella pressure.
It was.
Yeah,
yeah. I was like, oh, here's your questions, and it was kind of like, let's just.
We
just
got
kinda-
homework.
I just like to get high and talk to whoever
Yeah.
I'm talking
Right.
to before the interview start. You know what I'm saying?
And
Like
usually
Yeah.
the results a lot better anyway.
yeah, like a cool 10, 15 minute conversation before the interview start. It always makes everything a
Yeah.
lot easier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because me and you have never had a conversation past, probably saying what's up once or twice. That was about it. Because you are a quiet dude.
Yeah.
For the most part.
I like
you
to
know
be in
what
the cuts.
Yeah, yeah, just in the back, just chilling. You know what I mean?
Chilling.
Yeah.
Where do you like you find? Obviously, you find your guests through the people that walk through. But how have you found other people outside of that realm now? Because obviously, you're getting some push, right? So, like,
Yeah.
how are you people hitting you up for interviews, and how does that feel like
Sick.
having that happen?
Yeah, it's I really reach out through Instagram a lot, but a lot of people are hitting me up for interviews right now. We got an application in the bio. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
That's dope.
Like, I love
Yeah,
you.
there you go.
Yeah.
come and you fill out the application. We'll see what you're talking about, and it's usually green light no matter what. We
Yeah.
fuck with the people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's real simple, honestly, bro. It's really like nothing major. We just trying to let the people talk.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
dope. But what would you not bring on your show?
What you mean?
So we all got that. Not. I'm not saying like. What? How can I describe it, guys?
Marty won't let me bring on strippers and talk to them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't
Perfect,
care,
period.
honestly. Shit, you could do whatever.
That's not even true. That was a good
Shake
example.
that
But if you do your thing, girl,
It
do your
depends
thing.
on the stripper. I
Because
guess.
I'm more
Yeah.
like I just want to get to know like their life, like
If
what
I think
their
you're gonna
person-
try to talk to my man, then no, I'm not gonna do it. But if
stripper-
you're,
Yeah, my shorty probably won't like that,
if you
but
got a
hey,
business,
you know what I'm saying?
I got
Strippers
you.
are the only ones
She
that are
don't really
not
care
gonna
either.
talk to your man. They don't give
Yeah.
a fuck what nobody
Yeah,
says.
don't
they
give a
don't. They
fuck.
don't want my man. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care what you do, honestly, as long as
Yeah.
you got a voice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You wanna let the people know what you're doing.
Yeah.
It don't matter to me. You could be a stripper, you could be a hustler, you could be a
Yeah.
whatever. But we ain't really like branched out into too much besides like rappers and like other people in the community. But I do want to eventually like go talk to the people outside. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just get like real interviews of regular
not
people.
in studio, like
Yeah.
Nah,
really go
just
out there.
outside, in the field, because
Like when
we be
people-
outside all day. So
When people are drunk or when people are sober?
regular. It
Thank
don't.
you.
It don't. Honestly, both. Both.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
It don't
yeah.
matter to me. Like I just want content. I just want people to be able to speak their voice.
Sick.
Yeah.
Dope.
And think of some of the funny ass drunk conversations.
I know.
that have
I
been
seen
had,
one
man.
yesterday, and I was
oh,
like, man, they would have me so messed up if I was drunk and they asked me a question like that,
Right.
because it would not be the turnout that they have all of
Yeah.
these girls. I was like, what?
Yeah.
You got me
Like-
fucked up.
Nah, okay, so here's another one. Per your media account, have you? And you don't have to say their name. Have you ever had one person, even though the conversation was great or not, and you were like, man, I really don't feel the person, like, because there's always that one, like, people may show up and you're just not gonna be friends. Like, you are not gonna be friends. But it was a good conversation. Like, I learned a lot from people that but I wouldn't probably be your friend. You know what I mean? So like, have you ever had that happen? And you're like,
Nah, not really. I mean, like, to be honest with you, bro, there's probably a lot of people that I talk to that I wouldn't be their friend. You know what I'm
Ooh.
saying? And not even on no, like,
that's honest. Though.
yeah, it's just like I'm not a friendly guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm kicking with gang. That's about
Yeah.
it. But outside of that, I'm not really interested in making friends like that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But I can't really drop no names. But
No, don't drop a name because we don't. Yeah.
Please don't.
it was really more of a me thing because I was on shrooms that one. So
Oh, for sure. For
Yeah.
surely a him thing.
yeah. I just got some real vibes that it was a lot to pick up, you know what
This
I'm saying?
dude was turning orange and purple.
Yeah, it was a
freaking
lot.
me out.
It was a lot. It was a lot. Crazy vibes.
He said, you're talking just way too fast for me. And it is giving me some type of.
Right.
Oh,
No,
bro, I
that's
couldn't
funny,
have
though.
done it. yo.
Yeah,
I
it's a
couldn't-
lot. It's a
No,
lot.
I couldn't have done it.
Do you have
like
any
to-
more crazy stories like that?
No, not really. That one was like.
And the thing is, the studio is
major.
dark as shit. Being in shrooms,
Yeah.
The lights?
the lights, you're like, you tripping me out
I
right
like
now.
to
I'm
have
not
fun.
on anything.
I
Yeah,
like
that's
to have
all-
fun.
That's dope. Like when you what is the? Because I know you ask a question there. I don't know if you ask it to everyone, but you had asked it to me where it's like, what is the best advice that I was given, and then what's the advice that I would give? Like, do you find yourself going back when you're editing and like actually learning something from those interviews? And
Facts.
what an example of what have you taken from those interviews?
Well,
Doesn't have to be just one, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? When you actually remember what happened.
a lot of info I took in from those interviews is like a lot of people do mind their business, and I appreciate that like a motherfucker. Because boy, oh boy, how many people don't mind their business on this road is crazy.
Yeah.
So it was dope to like talk to people and actually them be focused about themselves and not about what everybody else got going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I got a good story about people minding their business. Just an amigo opinion on that. I think it's a great conversation. So I went to San Leandro to pick up blank shirts for our merch that we could have for our party, right? And I always stop at that lookout, that rest area, and there's a highway patrol bathroom in that. They have a little office in there.
Yeah.
And so I bet you, I mean, that's kind of like where they kick it. So there was a highway patrol coming in. The highway patrol, I was right behind it. And then and then he kind of chilled over to the side. And in that rest area, there's a lot of homeless people. There's a lot of people that live in their car,
Yeah.
right? And one of them was like waking up. He was taking out his shit, setting it down. He was taking out like a little portable, like butane.
Like Coleman.
Cooking and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to start cooking, right? And then the police, the highway patrol stopped right behind his car. And I was like, oh, damn, he's going to fuck with him. And then I was like, oh, fuck. Damn. You know what? Cop rolled out his window. Highway patrol rolled out his window. He said good morning to him by his name, too.
Oh,
Oh
I
yeah,
love it.
yeah, perfect.
I love it.
You know, he could have kicked that because
sure.
you can't park there overnight. You let alone
Hell
cook
yeah.
or barbecue.
Okay.
Bro, and
That
then
makes me happy.
And then when he called him by his name, I was like, oh, that is the quintessential minding your fucking business.
That's love right there.
I was like, bro, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, damn it, he's black too. Fuck, he's
Yeah.
gonna get fucked
Okay.
with. And I was like, damn, this dude just said good morning and called him by his name.
Fire.
That was pretty tight. But yeah, go ahead,
Yeah.
my bad.
Yeah.
But seeing people mind their own business and then minding your own business is pretty dope.
It's
But
the
then
best.
like hearing stories of an officer doing it as well. Like
That's the greatest.
Yeah.
It don't get no better than that.
You're like, teach them.
Well,
Yeah, shit.
Each one.
It's that little reminder that they're cats too. They're just dudes. They're
Just
just
doing a
chicks.
job,
they're just
bro.
people doing a job. So
Yeah.
that
Like-
they can.
Not all of
they
them are
can-
dickheads.
Not
No,
yeah.
not all of them.
Maybe just 90%.
A lot of them.
For sure.
Maybe just
But not the
99.
ones that came in 2 minutes to come get that car out my driveway.
Yeah, that was cool.
You guys came a little too fast for me. I thought I was
Yeah,
going to be in the
God.
house.
Would you
Ready to
ever
hop in that
I was
Taurus and
about
get
to
over
be
there,
in the
man.
house.
would you ever interview a cop?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Dope.
What would be one question you could ask if you were sitting in a safe space? What would be one
He ain't
question?
got no badge or nothing.
Nothing. Just
Okay.
he's a cop. He's a human being that came in. You approach him for an interview, and you could ask him one question. The most important question you could ask him, what would it be?
I'm not gonna hold the most important question to me.
Yeah.
What you doing in that evidence locker, bro?
How much coke have you
Yeah,
taken
what
with
you
you?
doing in there, bro? Because
Yeah.
I know it's a lot of shit that's coming up missing. And
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
and
be
probably not
hearing.
you, but
Statistically, yeah.
Yeah.
who you
What's
know
happening
in
in
that
there?
evidence
Yeah.
locker, bro.
Something just happened recently
Yeah,
about that.
Sacramento,
yeah,
right?
I
That's
was
all
going
I'm
to say.
saying.
And
You
it
know
was
what
like
I'm
an
saying?
investigation for him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good question.
It's a lot.
Man,
Yeah.
I'd be tempted to slide a little gram off
That's
the
fairly
top.
interesting. That's an interesting. Yeah.
What would you ask?
What would I ask a cop? I really don't have a
I would just ask, what's
I'm just a nosy.
Yeah,
I'm just a
me
nosy
too.
dude.
Like, what's
so-
the
You know what?
craziest story that you can tell me
but
right
I would
now?
ask him this
The
like
saddest one, too.
how many
The
times,
happiest one.
like without getting in trouble, I go like, how many times have you ran somebody's plate without really having a reason to?
Oh
Because they're not
God,
supposed
bro.
to.
You know
Yeah.
what? I don't even want to know.
No.
Yeah,
'cause it
I
would-
don't even want to
yeah,
know.
it would
It's
hurt
gonna
me.
bo-
It's
gonna
bother me
piss
to,
you
the,
off.
to
Yeah.
this day.
Yeah. Yeah.
To this
It
day.
wouldn't bother me so much. I'll start driving
Nah,
backwards.
Yeah.
mine would be
Yeah.
some shit like that. Like, what would be like? What was the funniest, just
Yeah.
the most ridiculous
Mm-hmm.
shit you ever see? Just
Yeah.
how much of a fool did somebody act? Like,
I'd rather interview like a retired cop though.
Retired cops are cool.
Yeah.
There's
Instead
one in
of
our
like
baseball
on
team,
duty.
in our softball team. He's pretty cool. Now, the other question that I
Retired
had.
cops.
Yeah, you never
man.
know. There
Yeah.
might be, fam. I've had cops that have told me like they can't wait to retire so they can smoke weed.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, like
Smoke
Right.
weed right now,
yeah,
bro.
and do shrooms. Like it's some real shit. You know, shout
I
out to
feel
my
you.
cousin's
Somebody told
husband.
me that, too.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But like what is your end game or your goal for your I would say media? I mean, it's a media company. Like, what's your goal? Like, where do you want to see it, or where do you see it going?
Honestly, bro, I'm just trying to. I don't know. Really don't know yet. I'm trying to do like some fake world star shit, kind of. I guess you
Oh,
could say.
some parodies.
Yeah, not really. More
Nah.
just like entertainment for the people, like
Yeah.
because that's what World Star was back in the day. You know, what
It was
I'm
just
saying?
entertainment, yeah.
Yeah, like they posted crazy shit, funny shit, fights or like whatever. You know what I'm saying? I really just want to entertain the people, and honestly, I really don't care if it do anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I just wanted to be entertaining for the folks. Like I appreciate everybody who fuck with me for real, because I get a lot of messages every day. Who people hit me up and tell me that this shit really just like make their day.
It's
Yeah.
hella
That
funny.
shit's, that shit's fire.
It is funny.
And it's
Yeah.
not the flooded down. What the word that I'm looking for? But it's not shit that I see online. It's like
Yeah, I be
you need to-
hunting. I be hunting.
That's what I'm saying.
I be in there
How do you
lurking.
find the time?
It's appreciated,
Ooh, I be in there
man.
lurking.
How do you find the
Yeah,
time to look for
Oh,
this stuff? Because
shit.
I'm supposed to post like our blog post today, and I haven't done. I've been procrastinating.
Yeah,
Like, how
I
do you
be
find the
bullshitting.
time?
Yeah.
I be in there lurking, bro. I got a lot of shit I'm supposed to do, honestly, bro. But
Yeah.
I really just be on my phone a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just go through Twitter, Instagram. I don't even get shit off of Instagram because that's where I posted that. But Twitter, YouTube, and the internet. I promise
Yeah.
you, that's
The internet got a
gold.
lot of shit if you know how to.
Gold.
You know how to
Yeah. It's got
I get
everything.
specific. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude in Michigan getting knocked out at a 7-Eleven or yeah, for sure.
Like, what
I'm in there.
realistically could
Yeah,
happen?
yeah. What's
Like,
going on?
What city?
Yeah,
Or
factuals.
anything in Florida.
Yeah,
some shit.
it's up.
Florida.
Anything in Florida.
It's up.
Anything that starts with Florida, man. It's
Yeah,
like, oh,
facts.
shit.
You're gonna
up,
find
though.
gold.
That is
But yeah,
crazy.
Wow.
I
You
tried
see
not
some of
to.
the gators out there though.
Oh yeah, huge,
what are
Dude,
ridiculous.
I was just talking to
no
Vince
wonder
about
they crazy.
gators.
They're living with
I'm all
dinosaurs
good
and
for
shit.
sure.
Like,
That's when people say dinosaurs on the ground. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Them motherfuckers is huge.
Fuck
But
it.
I try to find like videos that I haven't seen on
Yeah.
Instagram, because I'll be on that shit damn near all day.
Yeah.
So I see a lot of shit. You know
My
what I'm
man's
saying?
is like, I gotta write this off on my taxes.
At
Just
one
the time
point.
to find this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at one
right?
point, you know
Oh,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? But it's crazy that I started off like making clothes, because before any of this shit, I was just working a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying?
What was your 9 to 5 before
I
this?
was
So right now, this is all you do?
Yeah,
So what
I
was
shoot
your 9 to
videos. I make clothes. I do interviews.
Yeah.
I make a lot more than clothes. I do a lot of accessories. Anything you really need for a merchandising brand, I'll make
Yeah,
that shit.
that's
Oh,
tight.
God, yeah.
Dope.
But I had a lot of jobs before this shit. I was working at a lot of warehouses. Camp right.
How many breaks did you take a day at working at a warehouse? How many times did you hide?
Hey, how about the whole? Some of them was the whole day was a break. Yeah, it was the greatest. You know, I'm not gonna lie to you, but I was doing a lot of warehouse shit, and then I was working at Burlington for a little bit out in Texas. I had moved out. I had moved out to Texas for a little bit. Me and my shorty, we was out there for like 2 years, and then had double backed out here. And I was working at like a weed spot, this place called Artisan.
Okay.
Artisan, like they have the little
Yeah,
blend.
Canagars and shit. Yeah. Hell
Yeah.
yeah. I probably shouldn't be dissing like that, but
Yeah.
it might be a sponsor one day or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was working there, and then I was just in there like a couple of coworkers. We were just talking about like how we ain't trying to work no more. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, that'd be a good idea. Get the fuck out of here. Like it'd be cool to bounce. And then we just started thinking like, how the hell can we do something to get out of here? And then I was like, what if we make some clothes or something? You know what I'm saying? Like we started doing a little research on the heat press, like $200. I had copped that shit and just started going to work. Like me and a couple other, me and my nigga Josue, buddy got his own shit cracking right now too. Hungry for Success. Shout out my boy. He was really like started that shit off with me for real.
Yeah.
And like
You always need that one person that kind of
really crack it. Oh God.
Yeah.
They just let me do my thing because they see me run with that motherfucker for real. Like it wasn't even like I don't know. Hating shit or nobody split part ways or no shit like that. They just see me like really. I made the Instagram. I started making the clothes. Like I started doing everything. You know what I'm saying? Like footwork, going to hand that shit out, everything. So they just let me run with that motherfucker.
That's
And
tight.
it was
That's
like a
dope.
real move. It was tight.
So what was like? What was the one day you was like, okay, fuck this shit, I'm quitting? Like obviously you did what you did.
Ooh, that
like,
took a long time.
Fuck this shit, I'm quitting, and this is what I'm rolling with.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. After the artisan thing, I was doing security for a little bit, bro. So I was still like doing my merch shit and security at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like I don't know what took me to say fuck this shit. I quit. Honestly,
You was working security.
No, oh God. and then they laid me off on some bullshit. So I'm like, all right, bro, I'm about to
What
just
happened was you was trying to take boxes up. You was trying to steal boxes.
Nah, they just had. I was at the hospital, UC Davis and shit, and they had like canceled the.
So you had a good post.
Yeah, I was chilling, sitting there smoking my weed all day.
Oh, that's why.
But they had lost a little. I don't know. They had lost the sight with the security shit, so they just got rid of everybody in that motherfucker. So I just started going full force.
Yeah.
And then learned to pick up a camera from Josh.
Yeah.
And it was just music videos and clothes and shit ever since, bro.
That's pretty tight.
It is. It's dope.
No, I personally hate.
It's a new
fucking
era.
edit. Yeah, I mean, because now you can.
I ain't rich or nothing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you can. You're monetizing
Yeah,
your tools.
facts.
Right? Like a lot of people pick up a camera and not make $1.
I ain't got to do
Yeah,
9 to
yeah.
5 no more. I'm working 24/7.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's
Yeah,
that.
imagine you got a 9 to 5 and working 24/7.
But at least you like it.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
people
love it. I
aspire.
love it.
Yeah, people aspire to do that shit. So
And then you got a
yeah.
team, which you have your girl that helps
Shout
you
out
out.
to
you know,
not
she does
just
a lot.
her, but shout out to gang at City Sound too, bro.
Yeah.
She's a real factor in this shit though, for real. So I shouldn't
Yeah.
just cut her short like that. But shout out to gang at City Sound for real, bro. Like
Yeah, that's Josh, Cheat Codes, what
X, Big Mike,
Yeti,
Yeti,
Acorn.
Yeah,
That's a
Acorn.
whole group.
I call him
It's a
Acorn
dope
though.
ass
Sorry.
little- So question, speaking of that, so now with okay, so speaking of you guys have a warehouse, right? And you guys all are basically acting like a coalition in one place,
Yep,
right? So
yep.
when you go to this place, to this studio, what can they find here?
Everything.
Right.
Yeah,
What is that?
you can get some recording time, whatever you would. You know, they got the whole 2 recording studios set up, perfect, ready to go. Make your album, do whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? You can get a lot of cover art. There's multiple people in there do graphics and shit. Clothes. You can get some food made in that motherfucker. You can never get your toenails
That's
painted in that bitch if you wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Haircuts, like it's a million
You
things
said
that go.
toenails painted?
Yeah, somebody
Who's
in that
gonna do
motherfucker.
that?
Somebody, I promise you. It'll happen. You come in that
Josh.
motherfucker, yeah. You come in there with $20, some of you paint your toenails right now. I promise you. Like
That's hella
it's
funny.
it's really the hub. Like it's a lot of shit going on. It's it's crazy to think about how much shit we do in there because you can really get your whole like from one studio time. You can get your whole like brand made.
The whole brand done.
Yeah, and everything,
Yeah.
a whole video, everything you need in that motherfucker. Yeah, it's crazy.
I remember you guys were talking about like embroidery
Yeah.
and like
Yeah, we do embroidery, heat press,
I
screen
walked
print,
in-
and direct to garment.
Josh was on top of the
Dope.
fucking ledge of the ceiling and shit,
Yeah.
like or the
We
little
be up there
shit.
thugging.
Or, like,
Yeah,
he was doing
recording.
Cirque
Yeah,
Soleil
I was
and
like,
shit.
damn, this is lit.
Yeah,
like,
we be
that-
in there thugging. It's
That's
a party.
tight.
Yeah, dope.
That's
It's-
tight. And it's paying the bills because you guys been in for a minute. So it
Shout out
takes
the
a while.
gang.
Yeah,
They
man.
paying the bills and shit.
Yeah.
I'm just there.
Yeah, you know, they doing their thing. Shit.
Shout out to gang.
Shout out to gang.
Yeah,
And
you
but
know
what
what
he
I'm
means
saying?
by gang are his friends.
Yeah,
Right,
but
right.
hey, they
Right.
no. They
Yeah.
my family. They not my
Yeah.
friends.
There we
yeah,
go.
yeah,
Their
they're-
family,
Yeah,
they
they're my
happen
family.
to congregate in one secluded area, to be exact.
Gang.
You know, gang. now, when you're pulling for your guests, right? Like you're looking for a guest.
Mhm.
Are you now do you feel like now you're starting to look for like, okay, I've had this, now you want to like maybe look, because like Madi and I don't do music and a lot of that's maybe like your preference or whatnot, but what is the difference of a conversation that maybe you notice? What is the difference in conversation, if there is any, between someone that does music
And
or someone like Madi and I?
It's a lot more research. Yeah, I tell you that much,
That's
bro.
funny.
Because with like an artist, I'm not gonna say I have to ask them the same questions every time, but you know what I'm saying. It's pretty general because they make music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, so they can feel what I'm saying either
Yeah.
way. If they make rap, rock, or R&B or whatever they make, you know what I'm saying. And then I get into some personal shit with them, like shit like that. But for somebody who doesn't make music, it's a lot more questions I gotta ask, like on some personal or like on some whatever you do type of shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But it was a lot easier first starting because I was just interviewing rappers all day. So
Yeah.
it was just like I got rap questions. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then a couple other people start coming in, and I'm like, y'all don't need no rap questions.
Yeah.
That's not what's gonna happen. So I had to do some research. Shout out my lady for that too, because she really got me on some plug questions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
She know how to
see?
talk. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool though.
That's tight though, and I feel like the questions that first and foremost, whoever was it her that did the research on me or was it you?
She be going crazy.
Girl,
You know
I
women
think
are
you
FBI
did a
agents.
great job.
Right,
so
yeah,
if
she
you're
be going
hearing
crazy.
this, yes, props to you because I felt like those questions were
Yeah.
like made me think a little bit. And when I came back,
She be
and
going
like,
crazy.
yeah, girl, props,
Yeah.
girl.
I make it
we
sound
need to
good.
meet her. I need to meet
Yeah,
her.
I make that shit sound real
I do,
good.
you know what
That's
though?
tight.
I do like the format. It's like you kind of hear your voice, but you don't hear your voice,
Yeah.
and then it's just like solely concentrated on the person that you're interviewing. But how did you come up with that? Because you could have easily had a microphone yourself. So how did you come up with that? Like, what cost you to even go that way?
It was really more of we in the booth and there's one mic in there.
and
So
you got to
we're
make
rocking.
shit work.
Yeah.
Coincidences are not a
Yeah.
coincidence. I
Yeah.
mean, shit.
Yeah.
We're rocking.
I liked it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty dope. I thought it was tight.
Yeah,
I was
we're in
like,
the booth, so it's like quiet enough for
Yeah.
you to hear me enough to ask the
Yeah.
questions, unless there's hella shit going on in the back like there
Right.
usually be. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could have sworn I heard somebody dying in the back.
Yeah, for
but
sure,
At
for
some
sure.
point, I was like, damn, I think somebody died.
Choking.
but that's that realism of what we
thing.
got going
Yeah.
on. We're at a whole rap studio.
Authenticity.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's not like it's gonna be the quietest thing ever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But you gonna either listen to it or not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
I hope
good
you listen
interview.
to it,
All
though.
right.
I hope
Yeah.
people listen to it. It might take
Yeah.
them a couple days like
For
me,
sure.
but you know,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
gonna listen to
I
it.
hope they listen to it. I
Yeah,
hope
you
so.
know what's funny? I would have promoted my episode more if somebody would have sent me all the cuts and everything, but somebody didn't have my real number.
Hey.
You fam.
Hey, all I'll say is I went on YouTube and recorded
And that's
it.
what I
and
did.
Hey,
that-
that's my fault. I be
And that's
lacking.
what
I
I
be
did.
lacking. I be
That's
lacking.
what I did. I screen recorded myself
That's
and
my job.
posted it.
Damn. See, now I
And
gotta really
listen.
get on my shit.
Listen,
Fuck.
We put it on blast.
Yeah.
we are Sacramento.
Nah,
It's a
good,
place to
though.
learn.
It's good.
This is
It's
what
been
we
a
do.
few months. This is
I
when we
need that.
started.
I need that. I need that. Yeah.
Listen. Josh was texting the wrong person for like 6 months, and
Dad.
this dude's been steady coming here on Sundays, thinking I was mad at him or hated him, and finally we come to find out this dude has been texting some random ass dude named Mario.
And bro's just replying back, huh?
I was like, dang.
For 6 months, he has not replied.
He's like, damn, fam, are you mad?
Oh
Like,
God, he don't even fuck with you like that, bro.
He just found out 2 Sundays ago that he had the wrong number. So this
Yeah.
is for 6 months he has been
That's
wrong.
hella funny.
Now we got 2 questions for you. What do you
and
see
one
it going?
statement.
Yeah. What do you? Yeah. Like what? Do you, 2 questions, 1 statement,
statement.
1 feeling, and a
Okay.
fact.
Okay.
What do you see it going for yourself with this?
To the moon, honestly, bro. There's a lot of shit I do, so I can't imagine one of these motherfuckers won't hit.
Yep.
Like,
Period.
Yeah.
I'll just try to keep that shit consistent. Honestly, like that's the biggest step in this whole shit. Like, you got to keep that shit consistent, because if not, then nobody's gonna give a fuck about what you do.
Well, I was going to ask you what advice you would give people. That's a pretty good advice. I mean,
Stay
you
consistent.
throw enough shit onto the wall, and
Yeah, something's gonna stick. You hear me?
Yeah.
Nah. I got some good advice for somebody.
Yeah. What advice you would give to someone?
Stay in your lane, for real.
Mind your business.
Yeah, on God, it don't matter what if you got a million lanes. Stay in the motherfuckers. Like they're yours. Do what you do.
Yeah.
On God, and run with that. It's so easy being yourself. Like, you ain't gotta pretend to be nobody else or pretend to ride the wave or any of that extra shit. Just do what you do.
Yeah.
It's the easiest way.
I love
promise.
that.
Yeah.
So just recently, I had an event for women, right? And like they were saying, well, we had a performance, and I feel very strongly about that. Of like, you could really do whatever the fuck you want to do. And I know I always say it, we always say it on the podcast, but I feel like our guests always say it too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
And so
for sure.
it says a lot about We Are Sacramento, right? Not We Are the Sacramento, the platform, but all of us, Sacramento,
Yeah, the
because
city,
just
yeah.
how creative. And earlier I mentioned, or a couple days ago, I mentioned that it was crazy that to see like the next generation. How old are you again?
23. I'm gonna be 24
You're
on
the
the
next
15th.
gen. You're the
You're
next
the
gen I'm talking
generation.
about, that they're starting to run shit. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not in the most humble way. I was running shit for a minute, okay? But it's crazy to see like the next generation like really getting it, like
They're
how
on-
we were hustling or
other
how
level,
I was
yeah.
hustling, you know, like you guys really care about your dreams and shit.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you pointed that out, because
Yeah,
that's
man.
very
Appreciate that.
important.
Now the other question, Maria, you want to steal that one from me? I always ask it. You know, how do you measure
Success. How do you measure success? What is success to you, fam?
Shit. Honestly, success to me is more of a like respecting. Like, I'd rather have people respect me than have any money in the whole entire world.
I agree.
Yeah, I'd rather be broke, down bad, and everybody just love me. You know what I'm saying? But that's just always because I've always been broken down bad. So I just want the love,
Yeah.
honestly. So it's easier that way. Nobody really got money for me anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You ain't gonna die with the money.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
love me right now for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Look
makes
at that. The
everything
Ace,
easier.
the Ace
Hey.
owner has a hell of money, but motherfuckers hate him.
Okay, that
Yeah.
type of shit. I'd rather be loved than like any form of money to be successful, for real. For real.
Dope.
Yeah.
Tight.
Dope. I'm very,
Yeah, no shit.
again, love conquers all in my life. Like
Yeah.
that shit's very important to all of us here, I think, at this table.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's in general. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Love and respect is definitely the success for me,
Dope.
honestly.
that's tight.
And if my mama could eat, you know what I'm saying? Of course. But outside of that, I just want everybody to fuck with me. And if you don't, then I don't know.
Stay in your lane.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Stay in your lane.
I can't
Yeah.
do nothing about that shit.
Well said.
Yeah.
You know. Well, shit, man. We thank you for coming. It was a while back, but you know, we got you in here. You know what I
Locked
mean?
in,
And,
bro.
we appreciate it, and you know, I appreciated you interviewing me, and I know Marty likewise.
Such a great interview, y'all. Go
You know
watch
what
it.
I mean? One day you got to put the man Miles in there. You know,
Facts.
he's a good one. He's a good one to have
Finish
a
the
conversation
trio.
with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
for
Yeah,
damn
right.
sure.
I would love to watch that
Yeah,
interview.
we gonna line that up after this
Oh,
for sure.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
He'll
gonna line that
smoke
up
a
after
whole
this.
blunt with you.
Oh,
yeah?
For sure, yeah.
And talk
Say
about some
less,
real
bro.
ass shit.
Yeah, man.
I
Thank
love
it
that.
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
that'd be awesome.
Put him on. You
Shit,
know,
I'll
but we
come with
appreciate
my
you
own. That way
coming.
we-
Yeah, perfect.
We do it like
Yeah.
the OG's supposed to.
Come on now.
Yeah.
I love that.
But yeah, man, we appreciate you coming, and you know, we appreciate all the love and all the work that you do, and you know, always, you know, being cool as fuck every time I run into you, and you know,
Regular shit.
yeah, man, dope stuff.
Appreciate y'all for having me.
yeah,
Hey, can
man.
I say
For sure,
one more
man.
thing, bro?
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
Yup.
Hey, I just want everybody to know that those DMs on Instagram work like a motherfucker. So send out a million DMs. You hear me?
Yeah.
It don't matter if they Instagram think you a bot or none of that shit. Wait till tomorrow to send out some more, bro. Because I get shut down every day and them motherfuckers work, G.
I'm so
I promise you, bro. Them
Damn.
motherfuckers hit for something, bro. You hear me? Them
That is
motherfuckers
funny.
work. So
Damn.
That's the
yeah,
shit right
them motherfuckers hit for something. So
Damn.
send out a million of them a day. It don't matter who you send a DM to. Hey, blue checks too, bro. That motherfuckers work.
Yeah.
I promise my DMs
Yeah.
hidden.
Yeah. Hey,
I
some
promise
people
my
get-
DMs are hidden right now.
I got
With
hey.
the blue check?
Yeah,
The
it's
blue
up.
checks.
It's up.
Not the blue
Yeah,
checks.
it's up. I promise you them DMs work, bro.
Yeah, they do. Send them
Yeah.
out. It works for Gabe. Gabe sends out a bunch of
A
DMs.
million.
you.
A million. That's how I
So-
get most of my work is through DMs.
Yeah,
Promise
there
you.
it is. You know
Yeah,
what I
hell
mean?
yeah. I be sending coffee DMs all the time. Like, girl, I just want to tell you that I love you.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah,
Tell
for
She
real.
gonna
tell
read it
people
one
you-
day.
On God.
One day.
Yeah.
Oh
One
God,
day.
she is. She gonna
One
see
day.
that
UFC
motherfucker,
fighters?
and you gonna be so
Yeah.
happy that motherfucker say "seen." Oh
Yeah.
God,
They
Oh,
be
yeah.
like,
I
you're
be juiced
hired.
every time.
Ready.
I need a job.
That's gonna keep you
Starbucks,
in mind
let's
and
go.
shit.
Hell yeah, that's good advice. I mean, don't be afraid to, hit up people. You never know what's gonna hit.
Facts.
So thank you, man. We appreciate you. And then I'm gonna close out the show like this. I'm just gonna leave it like this. If you stay in shit long enough, it will stop smelling like shit. So remember, don't get too used to the bullshit,
Oh,
man.
wow. Love
I
it.
like that. I like
Good
that.
one.
I like that.
It's a
Wow.
crazy shit out there, man. You step on shit and you stay there long enough, it will stop smelling like shit.
Oh,
So
God.
Sacramento, man, keep it classy, man. We can definitely do better than that. So with that being said, we got an Instagram on this. We are Sacramento.
916.
And we got an email in this. We are Sacramento.
916.
Man. We got an email. We got a website in this. We are Sacramento.
916.
.com. And we are
Sacramento.
Peace.